Joe Rogan Podcast. Check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
How many times have you smoked a cigar?
I don't know if I've smoked one before. You open that again one time. Sorry.
I would just pull it down. Yeah, flip the top. There you go. And then pull that down. There you go. How would you not know whether or not you've smoked a cigar?
Well, I used to work at this business company. I worked at this insurance company. I did paperwork, not paperwork, but I like mailed papers for them, and like mailings, I guess. I guess that's paperwork.
Yeah.
And the man had a lot of nice cigars in there.
And you may or may not have smoked one.
I feel like he tried to teach you one time. Oh, I feel my heart shutting. Is that always like it is?
No, your heart doesn't shut.
My shit's fucking.
I think it's the smelling salts. We just tried a new batch of the smelling salts.
Yeah.
Last time I did smelling salts, first time was with you, right? And we just got a new batch, and it was way stronger. Because we did one with Red Band, and it was old.
Yeah.
It was the old ones, and they get weak after a while. But that one was a freshie. Like, we pulled the tab off the top and took a hit of it, and it just burned all my nostril hairs off.
Oh man, it felt like somebody was fucking playing Legend of Zelda in my lungs, bro. That shit was fucking really. It doesn't even hit your lungs. I feel like it goes through just into everything else. It
does a lot.
Yeah, it does a
Can I
lot.
just tell you, your hair looks fabulous.
Oh, thanks, man. Really?
It looks fabulous.
Thanks, dude.
So it's just full everything.
I just got
Full
some new hair
Theo.
done out of the back, put in the front.
How'd you do that?
Um,
Were you losing hair?
surgery.
Yeah? Were you losing?
I don't know if I was losing as much as I was been also getting paranoid and just trying to be preparatory, but I was having a lot of stress too
Oh.
last year.
What were you having stress about?
Let me think.
Do you want to wear headphones or no?
Oh yeah, you want to put them on? I didn't see you had yours on.
I feel like I'm alone here in headphone land.
Yeah, it is weird,
Oh,
huh?
now you're back.
It's like when you put a condom on and then the other person's just still looking at their phone. You're like, oh, this is weird. And the person, I mean, is a woman too.
Jesus Christ, you gotta tell everybody, huh?
Well, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. I just had I had a trainer the other day, and it was a gay trainer, right? And he had a purse with him the whole time. And it just...
What's the difference between a purse and a large shoulder bag?
Okay, this one I would say it had bejewels on it, you know?
Bejeweled.
So it had, it looked like somebody had... it looked like something you'd find in Egypt, if you were digging.
It was bedazzled.
If you were digging in a men's locker room, it looked like something you'd find in Egypt, baby. You know what I'm talking about, baby.
The purse thing is funny, right? Because it's like purely a woman's accoutrement. And it has always been that way. But like, why? Like backpacks, guys can wear backpacks. Guys can have gym bags. Guys can have all kinds of bags.
Yeah.
But not a purse. But meanwhile, guys generally carry more shit than women do, right? I guess not. Women carry makeup and stuff.
And guys have their nuts, too, which is in a little bag, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
So it's almost like your dick has like a little purse. But, or like a hand or something.
A little cum purse.
Yeah.
It's where you store jizz.
But what else? Oh, yeah. So I think, that's interesting. I guess maybe since women carried more stuff. I'm not sure. Let me try this second goal.
Is it out?
I'm not sure.
I think it's lit, bro. Just
All right,
take it.
cool.
Take a puff. Deep end. There you go. Yeah, that sucker's lit.
All right.
You just want to kind of like get it going, like that. Yeah, don't inhale. Just kind of get it in your mouth, and the nicotine will get into your bloodstream, and then the conversation flows magically.
Yeah.
Did you ever smoke cigarettes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to smoke them, man. One time I got so depressed, I'd been seeing this gal, and she split up with me.
Damn.
And I smoked probably 33, 34 Newports in a row laying on a...
Futon?
No. It's a, what's like a floating chair? It has like a little things on the end, kind of. You know what I'm talking about?
A floating chair, the one you put in the pool?
No, it has like a couple people can sit on it, but it's like a couple chairs are together like in a group. and it has like chains. You know what I'm talking about? People put them on the porch.
Yeah.
Swing,
yeah.
porch swing.
chair.
Yeah, porch swing.
And you just smoked Newports, try to get over this lady.
Yeah, they just. I felt like it was helping my spirit.
What happened with her?
She caught me running around on her, and I was doing it too.
Well, women,
So it was
women get upset about that.
Yeah, they do, huh?
They do.
Did you ever get busted for that ever in your life?
Oh yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
No.
Especially when I was younger.
Yeah.
Young. But I busted a lot of girls too. One time, this is hilarious. I dated this girl when I was in high school. And I used to have a job delivering newspapers. So I used to have to get up every morning really early. And I was getting up in the morning a lot of times on like Saturday and Sunday when people were coming home. And so I got up at like whatever it was, 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
I go outside and this girl that I was dating is making out with this friend of mine in a car right in front of my house.
Oh, why'd they drive over there to do it?
I think maybe
Like a
she was
territorial
friends-
thing?
She was friends. No, she was friends with my sister, and I think they were probably all out partying, and they just wound up there, and they figured, fuck, no one's gonna be awake.
Damn, bro. And
So I came outside, and I just slapped my hand on the hood of the car while they were making out, and looked at them and went, ah! And I just drove off.
Damn, and you had to go do the work still?
Yeah, I was happy about it.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, it wasn't like. It wasn't like a serious commitment to this lady, this young lady at the time.
Yeah.
It was just like, we're just getting our freak on.
Yeah. Just being naughty like that. Yeah, I miss being. Yeah, it was. I missed it. I don't miss it, but it was fun whenever you were like. Shit used to be so haywire when you were young. It was like so much weird shit could go on, you know?
Well, you were wild. Like you'd only been making out with people for a couple of years.
Yeah, one time this guy I knew was having sex with this girl, and like the rest of us were just kind of being lonely outside of his room, and we went on the balcony. We went on the.
I just picture you. How many guys are outside of the room being lonely?
3 guys.
So one guy's in there getting his freak on, and everybody else is outside.
Oh, the sound, yeah, and because of the sound, you feel so much fucking lonelier, you know. So, and we went outside on the balcony to like one guy was out there smoking a cigarette, and so then he starts listening to the sex through the window. Then he comes back in, he's like, "You guys got to come in here, you know. Chucky's doing some work in here, you know what I'm saying? Like this is, it's worth coming out, you know. It's almost like if you hear a good song, like, hey guys,
right.
So we went out, and the guy leaned too close on the window and fell right through the fucking pane glass, dude. Cut himself up, and then all of a sudden it's all exposed, and they're in there.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was freaking. I felt bad for everybody.
How was he leaning like that where he broke the window?
It was cheap windows. It was a college apartment complex, like probably single pane glass.
Right.
Like everything in there was cheap because people just broke it all the time.
Can you imagine being a landlord for a bunch of college kids?
Never.
Oh, imagine being a landlord today, because so many people, there was rent protection during the pandemic, and people are still like, nah, not paying.
Yeah.
Like, I know a guy who has not collected rent from this one person for 3 fucking years. And he's like, I can't get rid of them. I don't know what to do. I'm not making any money. Like, I have to pay the mortgage, and I'm not making any money off of rent. And then I can't rent it out to anybody else, and I can't get rid of them. And the lady has a job. She goes to work every day and won't pay rent.
Oh, she shouldn't do that.
No. But there's like, in Los Angeles, there's rent protection.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's still in place. Is that still in place? Do you know?
There's a TV show about bad people that do renting. There's also, I had a tenant that stayed in an apartment that I had in New Orleans for 2 months and just didn't pay any rent. Thankfully, it was only 2 months, but it was just nothing you could do. You know, by the time you have to go like to this, it's just like a.
Did you own an apartment building?
Yeah.
You
Not a
did?
building, one apartment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you rented it out and they wouldn't pay rent?
Yeah.
Most people, they have shame. And like, if you fuck with them and they want to either get out of there or they just want to pay you and get it over with. But some people are shameless. And this lady that this guy I know is renting out to is totally shameless.
Was she, do you think she was doing like some type of like secret work and she didn't want like, what do you think the reason was?
I think she would like to spend her money on other things.
Yeah.
I think it's that simple. I mean, who knows what kind of financial situation she's in, but she does have a job, and she goes to this job apparently, according to him, and she just won't pay rent. Like when they put the rent protection thing on, I don't know I mean, I think the rent protection was supposed to be put in place for people that lost their job during the pandemic, so that you wouldn't have a bunch of people just kicked out on the street.
Yeah, like a moratorium.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people were calling for that, and it made sense during the pandemic. But the problem with that stuff is like getting people to start back up again and pay.
Yeah, it's hard.
People don't want to do that.
Yeah, once you realize you can be somewhere without it, and
Right.
you just have to like have a tough conversation at the door once a month or twice a month, and I think some people are going to do that.
Well, that's the problem that a lot of people have with a lot of like free money from the state. That like once you get it, you don't want to not get it anymore. Like this was the argument against like universal basic income. Is that once you start getting that money, then you're like, why am I working? Fuck working. I'll just live off of that money. And that's it. I'll make a little bit on the side here and there and never work again. Yay.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that one time. We were talking about universal basic income. I wonder if I would like it or not.
Well, it'd be nice to have money where you don't have to think about food
Right.
and don't have to think about rent. That would be great. If everybody just had their rent and their food taken care of. The problem with that is, man, people need incentives. It's like it's very difficult to just motivate yourself if you've got your food and your rent taken care of, and you know you tend towards laziness. You don't have a history of discipline.
Especially now they got all those weighted blankets too. Do you see that? Can you believe that shit?
I could sleep on a fucking floor of a bus station. I don't need a weighted blanket. I'm always tired.
Dude, one time I was on this bus, man. I used to go work at this farm in the summer. And so I would take the bus up there to Greyhound. And they had this dude on there. He's sitting on there and next to me. And he's like, hey, you want to see something? And I thought it was going to be his dick, you know? Because, you know, it's a fucking Greyhound
If
bus.
he says, yeah, you want to
And,
see something, it's either a human head or a dick. He pulls a head out of a bag.
Either way, you're getting ahead, bro.
Yeah.
But and I said no the first couple times, but the trip got longer, and I was like, all right, fuck it, you know, yeah, I'll see it. He opened up, he had a bag of jewelry and a gun. He had robbed a jewelry store before he got on the
Jesus
bus.
Christ, and he wanted you to see it?
He just wanted, I think he wanted to kind of take some of the pressure off of him by sharing it with somebody else. You know, so
Yeah?
suddenly, I think he's like, you know, I got an accomplice or something. And then he even said, like, oh, we should get off at this next stop. And I'm like, I'm not in this shit.
He's going to throw the bag at you and call the cops. I found him.
He might have had a good idea, maybe so.
Well, that's a lot of people that commit crimes like that. They're kind of not that wired right. You know,
Yeah.
they're kind of screwball.
Would you ever want to do a good crime?
I would want to do a good crime, like
Fucking
a crazy
bank robbery?
like a Lee Murray type bank robbery where you wear bulletproof armor and you come in storm blazing, like you're in a Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah. Get on the ground. Everybody down.
Don't shoot some rounds into the ceiling. Yeah.
Shoot a chandelier off.
Yeah. It comes crashing down. Everybody screams.
Yeah.
If everybody listens, no one gets hit.
Yeah. Some ladies, and then some guy, some like 65-year-old guy, his cell phone rings and it's that bad to the bone ringtone. And you just fucking shoot that phone.
Bad to the bone.
That's the
You
worst.
see some guy reaching under his waistband. Don't be a fucking hero. It's not your money. I saw this video the other day where this guy is sitting getting his hair cut. And he's getting his hair cut, and this guy comes in and just shoots the dude cutting his hair. Boom! And he scrambles back, and the guy with the gun says, "Get out! Everybody get out!" And the guy who was getting his hair cut just reaches into his band, pulls out his gun, and don't, just empties his clip into this dude.
It was real?
There's so many videos now.
Yeah.
I follow a lot of like
Shootings.
it's like a lot of police posts. Like
Yeah.
they get these security cam footage.
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
like shootouts and stuff like that.
A lot of them are in Mexico, too.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy over there.
Oh, it's crazy.
People shooting each other point blank and can't even hit each other either. That's the craziest ones is when people are like right here,
Yeah.
you know?
Go follow Ed Manifesto on Instagram. He's a dude that's been on the podcast a couple of times. His name is Ed Calderon. And he used to work for the Mexican government. He used to be in like the anti-cartel, you know, whatever that is over there. You
Yeah.
know, whatever the force. And he's got, this is the video. Watch this. So,
Oh, man.
here, play this, Jamie. This dude was.
Oh my goodness. That's all real?
Yeah, that's all real.
That was an off-duty cop that was getting his hair cut.
Is that what it is?
That's what the article I found it in says.
Well, he's got perfect technique. Crazy.
Speaking of that shooting that happened at the mall.
Yes.
Did you hear about that?
Yes, the shooting that happened in the mall. This is one of those crazy situations where an armed good guy stopped a bad guy from killing a bunch of people. This guy shows up at the mall, pulls out a gun, kills 2 people. And within seconds, this happens. This guy reaches into pushes his girlfriend aside, reaches into his waist, pulls out his gun, and shoots at this guy from 40 yards away.
No.
10 shots, hits him 8 times.
Is that pretty far?
It's pretty far. For a pistol, that's far. That's far. That's like a good shot with a arrow.
Wow.
Like a bow and arrow. It's 40 yards. That's a fucking poke. And for you to do this under pressure and to take a life, and he hit him 8 times. He could shoot. He's a 22-year-old man. And of course, the NRA's jumped all over this, and they've said, hey, this is one of those examples where a good guy with a gun kills a bad guy. That, right? What you just saw is another one of those examples.
Yeah.
It does happen. And the problem is people don't want to admit that happens because it doesn't fit with their narrative. This is one of the things that always happens when there's a hot topic, whether it's gun control or whatever it is, where you have a very specific idea of what you think the problem is and what you think the solution is. And a lot of people think the problem is guns. The solution is take all the guns. And, some people say, no, the solution is you should be armed and be prepared to take care of things.
Mm-hmm.
If something goes wrong, you should be trained and you should be prepared to use your gun. And in this case, that is the correct answer. In this case.
I think that's the right angle he had. And
Oh, is that a Jason's Deli?
where
So
the shooting was right there, the guy who got shot.
yeah. So now, wow, it depends entirely on whether or not this guy has a red dot, and how much he's trained. If he has a red dot, it's considerably easier to hit what you're aiming at, because a red dot, when you pull out a pistol, excuse me here, I think that smelling salts fucked me up.
Really? I like
Yeah,
that.
is it fucked you up too, Jamie?
I didn't go all the way.
I went
I just
all
didn't
in.
remember.
I took the biggest, deepest whiff, and it was immediately, I was punished
It
for
felt
that.
heavier than normal. There's a
It
lot
was
in there.
way worse because it was just right when we pulled the seal off. But anyway, my whole throat is like confused. But a red dot, like when you draw and you have a red dot, the red dot will show you exactly where that bullet's going to go.
And when it turns green, is that when you shoot?
No, it's just red. It stays red.
Okay.
It's just in place of the iron sights, like the iron sights you have like on a gun.
Oh, yeah, the little thing
Yeah,
like
the little
that.
thing, and then in between it is like you put the little dot that's on the end of the pistol, and you line the two of them up and you shoot. With a red dot, you don't have to do that. You just pull it out, and it's like a sight, and in that sight there's a red dot. Wherever that red dot is, that's where that bullet's going to go.
Damn.
So-
and how accurate is that? How much times?
It depends entirely on whether or not you've sighted in the gun properly. But if you sighted in the gun properly, it's very accurate, especially if you have a really good gun, like a Staccato or a SIG or some top-end
Yeah.
Glock high-end gun. So if this guy knew what he was doing, clearly he did. If he hit that guy from 40 yards away 8 times with 10 shots, that fucking guy can shoot.
Damn. That's
So
like Steph Curry, really.
it's
That's
like
big numbers.
for the dude who's the shooter is the wrong, like worst case scenario. You happen to be close enough where a guy who has a gun can immediately shoot you. So this guy starts shooting, and I think it was within 2 minutes or something like that.
But how
So
dangerous?
something very quick where he starts shooting at the
How
guy.
dangerous to shoot across a food court, though?
Very dangerous. Very dangerous.
You know.
But not as dangerous as letting this guy go.
Right.
You let this guy keep shooting people, he's probably going to shoot you next. I mean, he's probably just going to shoot every body he can get a hold of.
So people always talk about like, oh, there shouldn't be any more guns, right?
Yeah.
Like, but how would you ever achieve that based on kind of where we are?
You wouldn't. You would have to go full totalitarian, where you'd have to like break into everyone's homes and have a full account of all their possessions, and then even then, you wouldn't know what they have buried in their garage,
Yeah.
buried in their backyard, buried, like in a storage unit somewhere. You'd have to literally comb the earth. There's more guns in this country than there are people.
Wow.
Yeah, like a lot more.
That's unbelievable, man.
It's pretty crazy. That means there's 320 million people in this country. There's more than 320 million guns. That's a lot of guns, son. And they're making new ones every day.
Dang.
Every day, right now. Right? They're making guns.
I have 2 guns.
That's all you have?
Yeah.
How come you don't have more?
I would consider getting one more.
You would? I could talk you into it.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
What kind would you like? A shotgun? Like a home defense gun?
Ooh, yeah. I want something
Shotgun's
like that.
great because you get a lot of things go flying at them.
Yeah, and shotgun, you might not kill them too, huh? Do they make a gun that you definitely can't kill someone, but you can,
You don't want that. You want something that could stop a person because if a person's coming after you, you don't want something that stuns them and then they shoot you.
Yeah.
If you're in that position where you're forced to use what they would call lethal force, you want it to actually work,
Everybody was always used to say that they would rather get stabbed than get gunned.
Oh, they're crazy.
But yeah, and then recently I heard, you should get shot. If somebody's like, hey, I'm gonna shoot you or stab you, say, hey, shoot me.
Yeah, well, it depends on where they shoot you and where they stab you. Like if they stab you in the top of the head, you're probably going to be okay. Unless you're on The Walking Dead. Those guns, like those knives in The Walking Dead, they go right in your head.
Yeah.
You ever notice that? You know how hard it is to stab someone in the fucking skull and go right through their skull into their brain?
It would be hard, huh?
Yeah, unless you get them in the temple, it's difficult. But
Won't
in The
let you-
Walking Dead, they just...
Yeah.
It's like they're made out of goo.
Yeah. Do you still watch it?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's terrible. And then also in The Walking Dead, the arrows don't go through the head, which is crazy. Because
Yeah,
why
they
is it
just
so
get
easy?
stuck,
They
huh?
just get stuck.
It probably just seems more exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it's just special effects. But also, the arrows have field tips. They're not even using broadheads. They're using, like, target tips.
Oh, I don't know that much about arrows.
Yeah, if you look at an arrow, like in The Walking Dead, the tips, they don't have, like, a big broadhead, like a big cutting edge.
Yeah.
They have a point, just a little pointy point. And that's enough to kill the zombie. And then you got to pull the arrow out, and it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if a zombie was coming at me and I didn't have a weapon, what I would use. I guess I would probably, because they can't bite. I think if they bite you, then you're done.
That's the whole problem.
You'd have to
biting.
probably outrun them or try and get them dizzy,
What do you think would get a zombie dizzy?
I think a lot of cutbacks, probably a lot of, 180s, 720s.
My
But,
favorite person in the
spin arounds.
Walking Dead was the lady with the samurai sword. She fucked everybody up.
Yeah, they have a new spinoff, actually.
Was it just her?
And I think it's her and someone else. Yeah, she had the dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After a while, though, like how many zombies can you watch get killed? Like enough.
Yeah, it's almost weird if people are still watching it.
Yeah, if you're like a big fan,
You're the
like,
zombie.
This new season is my favorite. Like, what? I think it's better now than ever. Because it's like we've gotten over just killing zombies all day, and and then it started getting scary again.
Dude, and none of the zombies, I wish they could cut away every now and then to some of the zombies trying to fuck on the side,
You think zombies fucking make new zombies?
Bro, come on. If you're a zombie, dude, there's some cool-ass zombies over on the side trying to get some of that fucking zompuss, bro.
I feel like it would be real easy to kill all the zombies. I don't think that it would be the kind of epidemic that they claim in those shows. They move slow.
Okay. So they move slow, but they just keep coming back, man.
Yeah, but like if zombies are coming to Texas, they're gonna get gunned down.
Okay.
They're not gonna make it.
But what about at nighttime when people who are out there shooting start to get tired and they got to rest?
They go inside. The zombies are like clawing at the door. They can't even figure out doorknobs. They're idiots.
Yeah.
I need to take a break. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna shut this door. Take a nap on the kitchen floor. They're clawing at the doors. You wake up, brew some coffee, reload, get out there, boom, boom, boom. Clean your porch off.
Dude, you're right. Zombies are fucking idiots.
They're idiots. The scary zombies 28 Days Later. Those are the scariest.
I
Did you
don't
ever
think
see that movie?
I don't think I've seen that.
Best zombie movie of all time. Unquestionably, hands down. It's number one.
What about Bram Stoker's Dracula? Do you remember that movie?
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
So fucking good, dude.
Fuck yeah. That was a good movie, man. That was the best movie.
God, it was good.
Best vampire movie, rather. That was really good.
Remember how scared you used to get when you were a kid? Did you ever get fucking really scared?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, little kids are vulnerable. scared. You think vampires might be real? Maybe people don't know. Especially when we were kids, there was no fucking internet.
Yeah. You
So,
just ask somebody. If they were dumb, then you were dumb.
People would tell you the ghosts were real, Bigfoot's real, everything. Yeah. Gary Oldman was the best Dracula. He was good in that Bram Stoker's Dracula. He was good.
Yeah.
He played old Dracula, remember? He played Dracula with the white crazy hair and the wig.
Let me think. Look, can we see an image of it?
Yeah, he was a bunch of different like ages in that movie because like depending on how much blood he got, if he got the good blood, he would come back to life again.
He got more young.
Yeah, do you remember?
Yeah. Fuck
Like
yeah.
there was a scene where he was like very very old, and he met Keanu Reeves. Remember?
I don't remember that good at the moment.
Like something happened. I think he was shaving, and Keanu
and he
cut
himself.
Yeah, he cut himself.
Yeah. And then he was helping him shave, wasn't he? Shaving him?
Yes. And then Gary Oldman licks the blade.
Yeah. Oh. That's
See if you can find that scene, old Dracula, because he was old Dracula and then he was young Dracula, and Winona Ryder fell in love with him.
She was beautiful.
Oh, she was so hot. Isn't that amazing? Like though that like women in these shows and movies like Twilight, they fall in love with vampires. Like what psychologically? What's going on? There it is. See how old he was?
Yeah.
This is old Dracula. Let me hear his voice. Look at his hair too.
Vampires, baby.
Happiness you bring.
Count Dracula.
I am Dracula. And I bid you welcome, Mr. Harcourt, to my house.
Blood gaze, they call them, a lot of people.
Blood gaze.
Vampires.
Look how they used to have to. Oh, he fucked up. He walked in.
Oh, you didn't
He
see his
walked
shadow,
in.
though.
Exactly. But it's also you walked in. You're not supposed to walk in. When they invite you, or if you invite them in your house, you're fucked.
You.
Yes.
Oh.
It is no laughing matter.
Dude, is this a Hampton Inn in Memphis? This shit looks insane, bro.
We, Draculas, have a right to be proud.
What was he mad
Whatever
about?
Lord
Back it up
Rich
so we can
was
hear what he's
first
mad at him for.
Against all enemies of Christ. The relationship was not entirely successful.
Oh, yes.
It is no laughing matter. We,
He's mad.
Draculas, have a right to be proud. What devil or witch was ever so great as Attila, whose blood flows in these veins?
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. It didn't seem so good. You know, when I saw it in the movies, it was pretty fucking good. But right there in that clip, I feel like many times on this show,
Yeah.
I've said, "Man, there's a scene. You got to see this scene." You
And
watch
it's
the scene,
bad?
you're like, "That scene kind of sucks."
Yeah.
How many? That happens more often than not, right? Yeah.
It's more than you would think it would be because it's at least 50-50 probably like, oh, fuck, that's stupid.
Well, how old is that movie too?
92.
92.
Did you think it was going to be bad, Jamie? Whenever he said, let's watch the scene, did you think it was going to be a bad one, or did you have any pre-thought
I
on
don't
it?
even remember that movie. I don't think I've even seen that movie, so I have no idea.
Dude, I think women like vampires because, first of all, they offer that live forever. So women want to live forever.
wanna be young
They want to
forever.
be immortalized in like a young space.
Yeah. And maybe the dude would do the dirty work, and they'll just profit off of it.
Beauty sleep,
Yeah, get that beauty sleep in a coffin. You fucking sleep.
nice castles.
And then you rise like this.
yeah. Yeah.
Look at there's Winona Ryder. Ooh, she's
Damn.
hot.
I'd ride her, dog.
No wonder why Johnny got that tattoo.
Oh.
So this is like young Dracula. See, he got the dark hair.
But she weighs she must weigh 90 pounds. This is
If.
the kind of stuff that's too much, man.
What, you don't like small people?
That's you can't be that light.
Well, I don't know how big. Actually, I met Gary Oldman once. I met him at a store. I mean, I didn't meet him. I saw him. I was standing in his presence
There's
at a
Pete
store.
Davidson.
He's not a big guy.
Really?
No, he's not big. So yeah, she probably is really tiny.
Was there ever a movie
Look at him right there.
Look at that.
Let me hear his voice.
Viet in me.
God, who are you? I know you.
I have crossed oceans of time to find you.
He's crossed oceans of time to find her.
Wow, that's
He's thinking
romantic.
of biting her, but he doesn't want to bite her. Look, he turns away. I don't want to do this. Oh, his eyes are red. Doesn't want to turn her. He turns into a werewolf in this movie, too. Oh, the fangs are going to come out.
Why does
Here
he
they
want to
come.
turn her?
Because he just doesn't want to do it. But he's got to.
Oh.
God damn it. But he won't. Not yet. I won't. I won't.
Oh, the wolf left him.
He's got willpower.
That wolf just bit some thought outside. You heard it?
It's the end where it turns into the vampire. You see that?
Sure. Oh, wait a minute.
We're
Back it
back.
up a little bit. Back it up a little bit. So they come in. So he's hugging her. He loves her. He's so sad. Oh, he was biting her. And then they come in.
Mina!
She's been bit.
You think you can destroy me? Your
Damn.
Satan was the biggest enemy back then.
Yeah, the fucking crucifix didn't even work on him. Look at that.
I who commanded nations hundreds of years before you.
Your armies were defeated.
That's Anthony Hopkins.
So he must have. What has he got in that glass he's holding up? Is that holy water?
Yes.
Look what your God has done.
I forgot about this scene.
Look at that guy just holding up a fucking gin and tonic towards him.
Oh, we threw the water at him. Holy water. Keanu Reeves already has white hair because he's been freaking out.
It's the same defense for an exorcism, it seems like, right?
Holy water?
I mean, just get a
think
couple
so.
priests and yell at it.
Look at that. She was mad that he's shooting. I would have to get her, just cut her out of my life. Oh, we turned into a bunch of rats.
Gang, gang.
No one's even stomping the rats.
All right.
Well,
Look, she's got blood pouring out of her mouth.
I wonder if there was a lot of. I wonder if back then there was if like people were more sexually active back then. You think in the past?
Well, they probably fucked a lot more because they didn't live very long. Mm-hmm. Right? They probably just fuck whenever they could.
What a pickup line!
We're not gonna make it. Let's just have a couple glasses of wine.
Yeah, like, hey, babe, the median age around here is freaking 27. We
Yeah.
gotta fucking hammer it down.
But a lot of that was because people died young.
Yeah.
Like they died. It was a lot of infant mortality. That was a big issue. Like when you look at the actual age that people died back then, some people lived to be a ripe old age, but it was pretty rare.
And a lot of infants, I guess a lot of infants just weren't that powerful, or what was the deal with it?
But they didn't have medicine, so if they got sick, they died. You know,
yeah.
or if a lot of women died during childbirth because if there was complications. You know, now they save so many more people.
Do you think we're supposed to be living as long as we are, or do you think like Mother Nature's like, oh fuck, these people are hanging out too long?
I don't think there's no supposed to. I think if biologically we're supposed to live to be roughly 100 years, if everything goes great, if everything goes perfectly, you'll live to be about 100 years. But I think that with modern science and our understanding of genes and hormones and, telomeres and all the different anti-aging technologies they're working on right now, we're probably right now talking to people that are going to live to be 150 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, I think like you're seeing people today. Like if you meet a guy and he's 30 years old today, that guy's probably going to live to be 150.
That's crazy.
Well, people live to be 120. That's a rare thing, but there's been some women that have made it to like 120.
A lot of Chinese and Japanese people too as well. I think because their
Yeah.
body's smaller and it doesn't have to, like the blood doesn't have to go as far.
That is true, believe it or not. Like basketball players die young
Yeah.
for the most part. But like some of them, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is still up and kicking, and he's up there. Bill Russell is as well.
Yeah, but they die. So sometimes, yeah, it's weird because I'll get like so jealous of like a basketball player, but then I don't get that jealous when I remember that stat. You know?
They live fast, die hard. Wow, he's 88. That's amazing.
Wow.
So
Louisiana too. That's awesome.
And he's 6'10", so that throws that into the monkey wrench, into those gears. Because that was always the theory that the really tall guys, they would have heart attacks.
Yeah.
But if you think about like the idea is that your heart has to pump.
All right.
If you're a 6'8" person, your heart has to pump through all that limbs and all the way down to your feet and all the way back up, and it's just more complicated. That's why they don't let really tall people like that be fighter pilots.
Because what could happen if they have a heart like a
The G-force. With the G-force, you want to be more compact to be able to fight off the G-force.
Oh, dang.
Because as the blood like pushes out, like the G-forces literally force the blood out and make you black out. So to stop the G-forces from making you black out, you got to do a thing called hooking, where like the fighter pilots. Like I flew with the Blue Angels once, and they hold on to this the yoke, the steering thing, and while they're holding on to it, they're going like this. And they're doing that when they hit high G's, and what they're doing is they're forcing blood into their head.
Dang.
By going that yeah, and they're making that sound. Yeah, it's wild. And I guess the taller you get and the longer your limbs are, the more difficult that is to do.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's interesting how, yeah, certain people are really built for certain things, you know?
Sure.
That's really, really interesting.
Some people are built to be jockeys.
Yeah. I met a nice jockey one time. I think Mario is his name.
Yeah?
Yeah. Gutierrez, I think is his last name. And he's, and yeah, when you see those guys, they don't even like to eat a lot of special meals or anything. They like to keep it real.
They have to keep it real light.
Yeah.
Because if you're like 5 pounds overweight, that's 5 more pounds that horse has to ride.
Yeah.
Like you got to be light to be a jockey. I met a dude who was a jockey. He used to come to the Comedy Store. He was real small, and he would diet and cut weight for races. Like they'd try to get as light as possible for a race, which makes sense.
Do you miss it? Do you miss the Comedy Store?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss the camaraderie. I miss the fun hangs. Like we used to hang out in the back bar and hang out in the green room. And hang out in the parking lot. That's the fun I miss out of the Comedy Store. But we have that in Austin. The Austin hang is amazing. It's amazing here.
Yeah, I was talking to Adam Ege yesterday. He said you guys were hanging out.
I got to show you the club.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We can't talk too much about it, but
Okay.
I'll show you some shit later.
Yeah, I'm excited. That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. How many days are you in town for?
I think till Thursday or Friday.
Okay.
I can stay either one. So I know I'm going to do, I think we're going to do a show Wednesday.
Yeah, we could do it tomorrow too if you want.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm around.
Okay. Well, tomorrow during the day, I'll take you to the club.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's in mid construction right now. It's wild.
Are you nervous about it?
No, I'm excited.
That's cool.
I'm real excited.
Yeah.
That's fun. But just like the way it is right now, if nothing changed, if we didn't have another club, if this what we had now is all we have forever, it's great.
It's still good.
The Vulcan is amazing. Can I get that lighter?
Yeah, for
The
sure,
Vulcan's amazing, man. We're having so much fun. We did a show last night. Sold out show last night. We do them all the time.
Yeah, I thought about coming through, but instead I decided to get some sleep. And I went to a trainer this morning.
You got it first.
Dude, I've been feeling a lot better since I started going to a trainer.
Is this this trainer with the purse? Is this a new one that you just tried?
This was just a one that I tried in this area,
Yeah. How'd you get hooked up with them?
just on the internet.
Craigslist?
No, it was like I got an assistant lady that helps me out. She set it up.
Okay.
So,
You got an assistant, huh?
just for some just scheduling stuff, makes things easier. I decided to take more
like
pressure
that.
off myself. Yeah, I'm gonna use this
Yeah?
match though. I don't like that.
You don't like the lighter?
It's too much.
Too much. Just too hardcore.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have like an assistant. Like I don't have like somebody who's like
Waiting on your hand and foot.
yeah, I don't have like
do you
a
have?
maid or anything. I just have somebody that helps schedule stuff and put it into the calendar, you know? So some stuff like that makes it easier on me.
Sure.
So yeah, I've been just scaling back a little bit more.
Yeah?
Taking it easy. I got a trainer. And man, I've been feeling so much better.
You look good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you look healthy.
I feel so much better even than the last time I was here.
Really?
Oh man.
What's the difference?
For one, it's the training.
Yeah? Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
I mean, it's like, because for 20 years, I was like a meathead, you know? I was like, I used to do the steroids and everything, dude. We used to, I used to be into it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Fucking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me hear a grr. That's real.
I'll sweat on your fucking children.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who I was, bro. You know what I'm saying, dude? I'll fucking eat one of my own hands, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who I was, bro.
You were crazy.
Oh, yeah. I was just, I liked it. And so I think it just kept me more in my body and more stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so then whenever work got busy, I didn't, that was one of the first things to really kind of go. I didn't realize it was going, but it was just, I was just things were too hectic.
Too caught up with the career.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a thing about, career stuff. And that's also a thing about Hollywood. Do you like living in Nashville?
Yeah,
Are
I
you
like
enjoying
it.
Yeah?
Right now I'm training with a guy named Jeremy and Curtis.
Don't
you
just
know
hold
them?
on to that lighter,
Okay.
just because it's gonna burn your fingers. I'm watching. I'm like, how long before he says yikes? It's tough when you get like a little lighter and you got to do a cigar because right now you're right at the nail. Ooh, good.
Praise
timing.
Lord, bro.
You nailed it.
I burned my sister once when we were doing fireworks, and it's nothing like that's ever going to happen to our family again.
Yeah. You're done, huh? You're done with getting burned?
Done with people in my family getting burned. But so that's been really helping, man. I go in there, and there's like pro athletes in there and stuff that train, and so it's like, and there's like kids in there in this place that train. So there's like this it's just like a lot of good energy.
Where'd you go?
I go to this place called Lipscomb Academy in the morning.
Okay.
And so there's just like a lot of fun energy in there. And yeah, man, it started to change. And then I even been doing a ice bath. It's not as low as yours. But I've just been doing like, I've just taken more time to take care of myself.
That's great.
I got so busy. I got scared that my work was, I don't know. A lot of things happened. I got kind of scared,
That happens to people when things start going well. You start thinking, oh my God, what if it stops going well? What if it all falls apart? That can be a real mind fuck.
It fucked me.
It can be a real mind fuck.
It was it was a raper.
What was it? What caused it? Was it like, were you worried about ticket sales? Were you worried about coming up with new material? Were you worried about TV stuff? What were you worried about?
Let me think. So I thought that whenever I achieved some success, and we might have talked about this a little, but that everything was gonna feel any uncomfortable feelings I had. I thought everything would be great. I thought like once I achieved some success, then it would solve everything else, and it didn't really solve anything. I just was kind of successful, and now I had a lot of responsibilities.
And you still had the same problems in your mind.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing is like people think that,
and that shook me.
Success is going to make you happy. It can actually make you less happy because you get stressed out about it.
That's what happened.
And there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Especially our kind of success, showbiz success, because you're dealing with public criticism, you're dealing with like the performance anxiety, you're dealing with the fact that you have to schedule all these shows and go to places, and the logistics and the travel wears you out, and you're jet lagged, and you got to wake up for the show, and there's a lot going on.
Yeah, a lot of responsibility. And it changes from when you were kind of doing comedy and everything was just kind of you go for a week to do some shows, and then things get a lot busier,
Yeah.
So that definitely happened for me. And then I got caught in this weird circle of like kind of self-pity in a way. I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Because I was not feeling good, and I was like, something's wrong, so let me try to fix it, right? So I tried like all different things, like, I tried ketamine, ayahuasca, different therapies, different, seeing therapists twice a week, just things like, but I was constantly like, let me try to fix this, right? Mm-hmm. And it became almost like I was focusing on myself so much that I got caught in this little circle of like, it was just me,
Yeah.
And my work is me too. You're looking at clips of yourself. There's things that you going out, you have to go perform. So it was just too much me kind of,
Right. You weren't being a normal person, just
Right.
living life. You're just focusing on you all the time.
Right. And I didn't really mean to. It just like, I don't know. It's just kind of what it became. So once I started to kind of break that up a little bit, things have just got.
What made you
get
decide
better.
to go to Tennessee? Like why did Nashville call you?
I don't know. I think I always wanted to live there, They had lower taxes, and I started making money. And so I remember when I was young, we tried to get the government, somebody kept throwing dead animals in our ditch, right?
What?
And,
What?
yeah, on
What
McGee
kind of
Street.
animals?
Carcasses.
What kind? Which type of animals?
Oh, I couldn't tell you, man. At this point, I think some of them probably Nothing you'd shoot, I don't think. You know? I mean, unless it was like
Possums and shit. Like what was?
I
it?
mean, one of them could have been a fucking
Llama?
Samoan raccoon is about the biggest sizes we're gonna get. You know, it was
a
like
hefty raccoon.
yeah, hefty raccoons, dogs, things like that. I think it was somebody who had like on a a mild veterinary type of thing going on, and they would on the way home they would dump the animals, and they dumped them in our neighborhood.
A mild veterinary thing.
Or
serial killer.
like an in between type of deal.
Yeah.
You know, some guy who's not sanctioned, but he's fucking
Not quite committed to like migrant workers, killing migrant workers yet.
Yeah.
He's just working his way up to human beings.
Yeah, I mean, however you want to look at it, man. But I think but they kept throwing anyway. So we called the government and be like, come get these fucking bones out of here. Because, there'd be kids out there fucking playing with them. You got kids out there beating each other with damn tibias and fucking humming Cossacks at each other and stuff. And, because it's in the ditch.
Right.
And so, anyway, I was never a big fan of government after that, right?
What the fuck did the government ever do with that? With the ditch?
What'd you ask me about? I'm not even joking, man. What were you asking me about?
We're talking about animal. You're saying animals got left in the ditch, and then you said I wasn't a big fan of the government after that. I'm like, how did the government? Because they didn't clean up the animals in the ditch. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if we'd have been in live in a fancy neighborhood, they would have come and got it.
Right. They would have taken care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this ties back into what we were just talking about, which was, do you remember what that was?
Why you moved to Nashville?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would never want.
Are you going to help us out there?
Yeah, I was like Texas, Nashville. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I've never had a strong affinity for a lot of government. So anyway,
Right.
I think that was in me since I was a child. So when I started making money, I was like, I don't want to give all my money to the government.
Right. But the environment of California before the pandemic was very beneficial to us because we were all collected together.
Right.
As comedians, like that's very beneficial to have an environment where there's a bunch of other very good comedians around you. It's like,
Yeah.
like that OR, like watching people
Oh.
go up and crush in the OR. Like, how good is that for your act?
Oh, it was the best. That's one thing that I definitely miss.
Yeah.
But Tennessee it's been good. It's a great place for the pandemic. It's been good to tour out of there because you can just take a bus right out and go.
You're in the middle of the country. Yeah, it's nice.
So that's really been ideal. Yeah, and I don't know. I've thought about maybe making another move sometime, but I just don't know yet.
Where would you go?
I don't know. I'd have to go to a place where there's a little more stage time. That's the toughest part.
Right here, baby.
I know you're trying to get me over here.
You could. I'd love to have you over here.
Well.
I'm gonna fucking wine you and dine you this week.
Dang, all right.
I'm gonna romance you. Take you to the club. Once you see the club, you're gonna fucking shit. It's wild.
I bite.
It's wild. It'll be open probably somewhere. Well, I don't want to say when, but off air I'll tell you.
So that's the toughest part, I think, is
Stage time.
Yeah.
But you go into Zany's a lot, which is a great place, right?
Yeah, but you can go there on Monday. But it's still an operating regular club. You know?
So do they have shows like Tuesday, Wednesday night, like regular shows?
They kind of book certain like nights that night. You could do your own night every week, but it's still not the same as just those reps,
Right, like Comedy Store reps.
And I really learn on reps. That's where I learn. I learn
too.
on reps.
Yeah. When I was really enjoying LA is like when I would do a show at the Improv, and then I would scoot over to the store, and then I'd do maybe 2 shows at the store. You do a spot in the OR, and then you do a spot in the main room. Like, ooh. Boy, you do 3 or 4 of those in a week, you get loose.
Oh, dude.
Oh, you get loose. You get loose. You know that feeling when the gears are greased?
Yeah. I used to feel like a fucking killer, dog.
Oh, you're a killer,
I was
bro.
I used to feel like Chris Kyle up there, dog.
I remember when you really started to crack. I really remember that, man. Because I made a point of pulling you aside and telling you, like, man, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Because I remember there was one time I think it was me and Fahim were sitting in the back watching you, just crying, laughing. You just like caught some stride. It's like funny when you see someone and they're funny, it's good, like, hey man, that was a good set. And then you see them one day and it just snaps. They just hit that next level. And you're like, ooh, and we were all talking about you too. We're like, damn, you've been seeing Theo. Theo's on this next level.
Thanks, man.
Theo's on the
That's
next
cool.
level. You had hit some groove where you just like everything you said was funny. You just figured your style out, and you were doing so many reps. You were doing so many headliner gigs on the road, and you'd be in the store on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and getting those reps in, and you were just loose, son. You were loose.
That was fun, man. And especially you and Fahim. That's two totally different types of guys back there, you know? Mm-hmm. But two, comedians that I really respect. That's a nice
I love
compliment.
Fahim. Fahim's great.
God, he's so good.
He was just here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's fucking great. He did that. He's got a special out right now, folks. It's called Hat Trick. And I think he put it on YouTube, right? Is that
Yep.
where he put it on? It's very fun. He's very funny.
He did.
But he did a really unique thing that no one's ever done before. He did 3 20-minute sets or 3 15-minute sets at the Comedy Store. So he did one set in the OR, one set in the belly room, one set in the main room. And he put them all together on one special. 3 totally different 15-minute sets.
Oh, that's good.
It's a great idea, right? For a special?
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Perfect idea for a special. Because nobody had ever done that before at the store. And he was like, I can't believe no one's ever done this.
Oh, he's so talented, man. There's just like there's a unique creativity that comes out of him.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was an engineer,
Yeah.
So he's a very smart guy. And very well educated, and just decided he really loved comedy. Like that's what he really wanted to do. And it was his story. With the first time he was on the podcast, he talked about a story about his parents did not want him to do comedy, so he had to hide the fact that he was a comedian until he was like a legit pro and on TV.
Oh, damn.
His parents did not want him pursuing that.
I could see that. I think a lot of people are real traditional,
Mm-hmm.
They get scared if their kid's trying to do circus. I remember when I was growing up, we had a kid in our neighborhood, this kid Brad, who ended up actually killing his grandmother, I think.
Oh,
but,
no. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Why'd he kill his grandmother?
I don't know, man. It fucking broke my heart.
Did she doubt his circus skills?
I don't know who did, man, but it just,
So what was his thing that he was trying to do?
He was trying to do, like, the taming or whatever,
Like lion taming?
Yeah, but he only saw him ever do it with like a Doberman, or what's that black and red
Rottweiler?
Rottweiler.
Oh.
Rottweiler or Doberman. I can't remember which one it was.
Have you seen that new show, The Old Man? Is it Jeff Bridges' show? It's a fucking great show. It's a great show. It's really good. It's about a guy who was a CIA operative in Afghanistan and had to disappear, and they come and find him again like 30 plus years later. It's wild.
And what did he do? They're
got,
finding him why?
Well, he was a hitman.
Oh, they want him to help again?
He knows too much shit. They're probably trying to come get him. He was, well, I don't want to say he's a hitman. He was an operative. And he's got 2 Rottweilers. He brings them everywhere, like trained Rottweilers.
Yeah.
And they help him out.
Yeah, this dude would get out on like kind of like a little plank out there and be doing shit out there, and he was really had a lot of violence in him. And then, yeah, I don't know what happened with his grandmother, but she used to be our lunch lady also.
And he killed her?
I don't want to say he did, but
Allegedly?
we know what happened.
But you don't know why he killed her?
No,
Why would you kill your grandma?
I wouldn't.
Can you
Actually,
imagine the leap you have to take to kill your grandma? Like, your grandma's like this sweet lady you come to visit every now and again, and she bakes cookies and shit. My grandmother used to make Italian food. Oh my God, it was
Really?
off the charts, because it was all homemade. She'd make, I still to this day can taste her homemade pasta. Because she would do everything on the kitchen table with the flour, and she would make the noodles and everything. She would make the tomato sauce with the tomatoes that my grandfather grew in the garden.
come on, man.
It
That's
was insanity.
romantic.
It
That's
was
romantic.
insanity. It was insanity. That food was so good. That food ruined me as a child. God. Because I'd go other places. I'm like, why is your Italian food bullshit?
Yeah.
Because my grandmother made everything. She made her own meatballs. It was sensational.
Yeah, there's something when somebody makes something, there's like an energy that goes into it.
Oh,
It's different.
yeah,
Even if it's
yeah.
shitty, you're still like, hey, this
Oh,
is,
yeah,
they took some time to do it.
And my grandmother was proud of it, too. When she would serve us, she would come out with this big smile on her face. She knew everybody was going to feast. She knew that Italian food was going to knock your fucking socks off.
Fuck yeah.
It was so good.
And was she pretty hard? What kind of lady was she? Pretty nice lady?
She was a harsh lady.
Really?
Yeah, she was harsh, except for when she was cooking and when she was visiting and stuff like that. She grew up in the Depression.
Yeah, it was different then. My grandmother used to put her hands on my shoulders until I get done eating, almost like it was like a. I don't know why she did it.
Was she comforting you?
Not
or was
really.
she like restraining you?
It was almost like I'm gonna set these on here until it was like just making sure you ate.
Oh,
And
isn't
then
that weird that that people have to make sure you eat? Like, what do you give a fuck? What do you give a fuck if I eat?
I guess. Yeah, like what if they had a dude that came to your door 3 times a day now?
I made sure you ate. Sit down.
Just to
Theo.
make sure.
Sit down. I'm gonna put my hands on your shoulders. He's behind you while you're chewing your food.
I'll order the chick, bro. I ain't having the dude come. That dude shows up one time, bro, and it's hot dogs for dinner. I'm not gonna be able to fucking finish. So I'll have the lady come, bro. That's who I want.
Well, you know, my grandmother's day, there wasn't a lot of food when she was a kid because everybody was going through the depression.
Yeah.
So like, you know, you had to finish your plate, man. It's like that was it was sacred. Food was sacred, and then leftovers were sacred too. You know.
You think you could have survived the Great Depression?
Yeah, I mean, you'd hope so. People survived, but it's like it wouldn't have been fun. Hard to get a job. You know, lines for food. People would wait in line at soup kitchens and shit.
And people also breastfed their own kids.
They did?
Or their
Up
own.
till how old?
But even older adult children. Even
Really?
like in Grapes of Wrath. Yeah, remember that book?
They breastfed their kids in Grapes of Wrath?
They breastfed the adults at the end.
Really?
People they didn't have nothing. Yeah, Joe, what do you think they're not going to eat?
I read that book in high school. I don't remember.
People got to fucking eat, dude.
Yeah.
I wonder if you were to say somebody's deceased, right?
Right.
Deceased woman, recently deceased, half hour ago.
Okay.
And they were pregnant and you're starving.
Okay.
Do you think you'd get over there and
And
see
eat
if
her?
there's any milk in them? No. Just have some milk, dude. Damn, bro.
If she's deceased, I'd eat her. I wouldn't eat her milk. If I'm starving, yeah, you'd have to take chunks.
What
of
if you're
her.
just thirsty, though?
There was some fucking article in the New York Times about cannibalism coming back. And everybody's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
See if you can
poverty,
find
man.
that. Well, it's not that much poverty yet. I mean, the United States, everyone's fat. Like, we don't have to resort to eating people just yet.
But a lot of
But I
people
read that. I was like, why are they writing this article?
in New Orleans, every couple of years, they catch somebody that boiled someone's head or something.
Really?
Oh, definitely,
A
brother.
taste for cannibalism. A
There you
spate
go.
of recent stomach-churning books, TV shows, and films suggests we've never looked so delicious to one another. Like, what is that? Well, you know what it is? It's something that gets you to click on it, and that's what we're doing because we're idiots.
But do you think also that there would come a time where people started to dislike each other so much that people started to eat each other?
Well, there have been many times in history where people have resorted to eating each other, specifically eating each other's enemies. Like the Nez Perce, Native Americans, they did a lot of cannibalizing on
All
their
right.
enemies.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories about people who survived and realized that and even the Comanches, like they would find other tribes that had eaten Comanches and they would torture and kill them because like they would find like a roast leg, a human leg over a fire.
Their tweet's a little different than the headline.
Yeah, so the tweets. Okay, the tweet is the original title of the story. It says cannibalism as a time and place. Some recent books, films, and shows suggest that time is now. Can you stomach it? Yeah, that was the original title that I read. I think they changed it because so many people were like, "Hey, you fucks."
Yeah, if you see someone eating somebody else, you know, I wonder how weird it gets because I was on a train one time in China and this lady was eating a thing of bird talons right out of a bag, right?
Bird talons,
Bird,
feet? Claws, chicken
no.
feet.
Yeah, chicken feet.
That's
right?
funny that you said that because my wife just went to an Asian market in Austin and she came back with chicken feet. Like that had been like cooked and she's like, we're gonna try these. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll give it a shot.
Damn, your wife's brave.
She's brave. When I was a kid, my father, my biological father, used to eat pig's feet. Pickled pig's feet was
Yeah.
a thing. You ever eat pig's feet?
We had them on a field trip once when I was in middle school. We all went over there and got a pickled pig's foot from the IGA.
They're not bad. It's a weird taste. It's like gelatinous and kind of chewy and. Like, I remember as a kid, pickled pig's feet was... But that's also probably a sign of, you know, people making the most of everything.
Yeah.
You know, when you stop eating pig's feet and you only eat, like, pork loin, you got it pretty good.
Yeah.
You know? You don't have to eat the feet anymore.
Yeah, I think, well, a lot of cultures, I think they get starving and then they say they eat whatever, you know. It's like one time I was in Shanghai, I think. Or no, I was in, I think, Shanghai, right? And I bought this. They had like a place, like a market where they had all the different animals. And they were for cooking, right? Like a outdoor market or something.
Like
So-
a wet market.
Wet market, right?
Yeah.
So I bought a bird, right? And I was like, I'm going to free this bird, right? I'm just going to change the game up here a little bit because it was a living bird.
Right.
Right? It was like a white bird, not a pigeon, like a little fluffier than a pigeon, like a bichon, almost like a bichon of like a pigeon.
Okay.
So I buy it. It's like $1.
$1.
I walk outside with like $1 US, right? I walk outside with it. This was in Vietnam. I walk outside with it, and I literally go like this, and
It falls.
to free it. Some guy, no joke, was like sitting on this little like ledge nearby, jumped up, grabbed the fucking bird, broke its neck, and walked off with it.
Really?
Right in front of me. Yeah, just
Really?
like what I was doing was insane. They must have thought what I was doing was insane.
Well, if you're
know?
starving, that's free food.
Yeah.
And birds are some of the meanest fucking animals. Have you seen that video that's going around of the bird
No.
that's eating an antelope alive? Have
You
seen
think they're
that?
mean?
Oh, they're vicious. They're so fucking horrible.
Why do you think? Because they can't be on the ground as much as other animals easily?
I just think they're reptiles. They're flying reptiles.
Or are they more reptile?
Yeah, I mean, what a bird is a dinosaur. They're flying dinosaurs. Yeah, look at this. This eagle is riding this antelope's back and it's got its claws dug into its back. So you see all the blood pouring
it's
off the back.
bleeding.
And it's just digging into its body. Because those claws, the talons that an eagle has are so powerful.
Oh.
So it's just riding this thing and then eating out of its rib cage while it's just slowly dying. And that antelope can't do a goddamn thing to get away.
It's
There's
like one of
nothing
those
it can
moving buffets that you're at. You ever been at one of those? One of those
God, that's
where the
so
food
horrible.
moves by as you're eating it?
I got another video. I'll send you this, Jamie, of this. There's a hawk that's eating a crow. It holds the crow down, and the crazy thing is, it's not much smaller than the crow, or not much larger rather than the crow, which is wild because it's just chewing this fucking thing apart.
Oh, I saw a bear climb into a tree yesterday. I put it on my IG story, and it was a bear. You saw that?
No, that's not it. I'm gonna send it to you. Oh, I saved it here. Hold on a second. I actually have the whole video.
Theo bear.
Bear climbed up a tree and took a hawk out of its nest
I think I did see that.
and ate it.
Oh,
In
yeah.
front of people, right? People like were watching it happen.
Some white guy you could hear him yelling.
I sent it to you, Jamie. I sent you the video. This video is rough. And this is an urban environment. This hawk just grabbed this crow and pinned him down and just started fucking him up in front of everybody.
Oh.
But the thing is, it's
Like at a mall or something?
It's like you eating a 140-pound man. Like, there's not much difference, not enough difference in size where it makes sense. It's so similar that it's like, Jesus Christ.
I didn't get it.
You didn't get it?
Did you text it?
Yeah, I texted
Was
it.
cannibalism ever popular? Was it ever like the way to do dinner or whatever? Like, was it ever like part of like
airdrop it to you,
society?
Jamie.
Or not society, because I guess it would be before society, but was it ever a popular thing?
Yeah, it was popular.
Fuck,
in
it's
Papua New Guinea.
crazy.
Papua New Guinea had one. This is it. Look at this. So look at the size of the crow. It's basically similar size, man. Right?
Oh, he's got him.
He's got him, but look, not much difference in size.
He's in mount, huh?
He's mounting them. Yeah, he's fucked. But look at this poor crow. And if you hear it, give me some volume. Turn it from the beginning, because in the beginning you hear that.
What?
That's the crow saying "fuck."
He's holding his mouth shut.
No, he's holding his neck.
Animals should be able to say fuck at least once, huh?
He should, right before they die.
Yeah.
Fuck! 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 I mean, it's basically what he's saying. But look, see the blood coming out of his neck? See it's leaking out onto the ground?
Damn.
Because of the talons. The hawk's eyes are what haunt me. Look at those eyes. Those eyes don't give a fuck about anybody or anything. Those are some horrific eyeballs.
Yeah.
That crow's like, fuck this. And so
He's trying to eat his eyes.
Yeah. They'll eat his eyes first.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, look, he's going claws right into the eyes. But see, they're not. The thing that's crazy is that it doesn't seem like a thing that he would eat. Because it's basically the size of him.
Yeah. And why do you think they're angry at each other?
It's just one's a predator and the other one's just a very clever sort of opportunist.
Yeah.
Like crows will fuck things up too, but they just don't have the weaponry.
Yeah, they do it more in groups, and they seem
They're
like
just
kind
smart.
of like, yeah.
They're very smart.
Yeah. And who else? Oh,
Yeah, he's getting his eyes with the fucking talons.
look at this, huh?
They're blurring something out.
It's probably a watermark for some website or something.
It's just so interesting how like people have evolved and how some places they're still like it's part of it's okay
Yeah.
to eat somebody else. Dude, if you saw somebody eat someone, that would have to change everything you know in your brain
yeah.
about what's okay.
Yeah. Well, if you're starving to death, man, I guarantee you people. Well, that was one of the things during Stalin's Russia when people were starving. A lot of people ate their own children. I mean,
Yeah.
it got rough.
Raccoons eat their own, sometimes the man raccoon will come in, eat the woman's children
Yeah.
so that she'll have to go in a heat again so that they can have sex.
Bears do that. Bears do that. A lot of animals do that. They force the animal into estrus.
Well, I told you too about that time. Remember that I was at that Best Buy and I've been on that fast for 5 days and I almost fucking wanted to eat that Vietnamese guy. And I'd never thought about that before.
Why'd you go on a fast for 5 days?
I was going to go longer, but I couldn't do it.
Wow. So this is like a cleansing type fast?
Yeah.
I've done 24 hours. That's the most I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah.
They say that it can help cure cancers and stuff like that.
It makes sense. There's science to that your body, I forget what the type of cells that your body consumes, but when you are fasting during that period, your body will like consume bad cells. That's like one of the first things it does.
Oh, it gets
Cells
rid of
that
them?
Yeah, it gets rid of
Yeah.
things that are problems in your body. That's why they say it's a benefit. But it's not a benefit to do it a lot, it's just a benefit to do it on a, like a fairly stretched out basis. Like people do it like once or twice a year, or they'll go on like a 3 or 4 day fast. But you went on 5, huh?
Yeah, I wish I could do longer because, your senses start to get real, you start to think you have like kind of like
ESP?
a little bit.
Really? Hunters think that you should hunt hungry. Like a lot of guys like to hunt hungry.
I could see that.
Yeah, they like to, like when they go out and hunt, they like to have no breakfast in them.
Oh, I could see that for sure.
Yeah, it's a different sort of mindset.
Yeah, there's something about that primal side of stuff, getting real primal and getting back to your roots. I remember I'd wake up in the morning if I'm fasting, I'd wake up in the morning just ready to go.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're just like,
How come you only did it once?
I probably got busy doing other stuff.
Maybe it was that feeling of eating that guy that fucked with you.
It could have been. It could have fucked with my subconscious. But it's crazy to think that you'd never thought about something and it comes into your head. It just shows you how quickly you could devolve,
And you take it very seriously.
I took it seriously. I didn't tell him. It's not something you want to tell somebody if they're like on afternoon shift. I mean, I think it. Yeah, I didn't tell him, but damn.
Maybe you should tell him after you eat. Go to Arby's real quick. Get something to
Hey,
eat.
bud, I was here earlier.
And maybe I looked at you weird. I want to apologize for that.
Just want to let you know.
I was on a 5-day fast, and you were looking like a snack.
I wonder what he would think.
He'd be like, fuck this job. I got to quit. This whole neighborhood, this town sucks. I got to get out of here.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just going to start getting weird. I think some people want stuff to start getting weird.
I think we are designed to. Do you want another one of those?
Yeah.
Those coffees?
Yeah.
Yeah? We get a couple of those. Do you want the chocolate kind or the vanilla kind? Is that vanilla? What is that?
I've had the vanilla. Let me try vanilla again. Because I
Get
didn't
a-
taste it that much.
Get them one vanilla and 2 chocolates.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Because I like the chocolate ones. Those are those Black Rifle Coffee 300 milligram of caffeine jammies. Whoa!
Yeah, I cut mine in half with water.
Do you?
Yeah.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's how I did it, man.
Lighten it up like a
Yeah.
gin and tonic, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, scotch and soda, right?
Yeah, I like to cut it down. I'm real sensitive to stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things get me. You
Like
know?
that smelling salt.
Yeah.
Want to hit another?
Fuck yeah, I'll hit that bitch.
Right?
son.
Okay, when Jamie comes back, right before we have the shout out to Juju Mufu. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, Juju Mufu. Man.
Juju Mufu. Juju Mufu's stuff is ridiculous.
I have to call my sponsor after this.
The
baby.
chocolate ones are good, man. I know you're committed to that vanilla, but these chocolate ones.
All right, I'll try it. I'm trying new stuff these days.
Chocolates are the bomb diggity. This is my favorite. It's espresso. Okay, there's the Juju Mufu. The
Ooh, this is good, huh? Fuck yeah, dude.
This is good, right?
Dude, I went and did ayahuasca, man. I don't know if I told you about that.
When did you do it?
I did it a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had you ever done it fully?
No, I've never done ayahuasca. I've only done DMT, but I got a guy out here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to do it, it's one more reason to move here.
Damn, you're trying to get me in, huh?
I'm trying to weasel you in.
Look, man, I definitely miss a lot of the camaraderie and stuff, you know?
The camaraderie is nice because it's like we had a thing at the Comedy Store that was very, very unusual for comedy. And
Man, it was good.
It was really good. And it's the times had changed to the point where comedians were beneficial to each other because of podcasts and, you know, we were all like helping each other as opposed to like competing for like scraps, which is like during the 90s and the 2000s. Everybody was trying to get a sitcom. They were competing with each other and there was like a lot of animosity. But then in the late 2000s, like in the 2015s and 16s, like everybody had already realized, like, no. Like, there's no struggle here. Like, we all help each other. Like, this is great. And then you would go and laugh and have fun. And it would just make you excited about what you did for a living. And you wanted to go there all the time. And just, the hang was some of the most fun part. Like, hanging out with Burr and smoking cigars and, you know, that back porch area. Everybody be chilling and smoking weed, laughing.
And Gay Jeff was out there. Remember him, the pianist?
Yeah, man.
God.
I miss Jeff.
Sorry, what's his last name? I shouldn't call him Gay Jeff.
Probably a bad idea since he's gone.
But he loved to be gay.
He did.
Jeff Scott.
Yes.
And I'd say that, yes. I'm sorry. He loved to be gay. So.
Well, he loved to be himself.
Yes.
You know, and the fact that he was loved and accepted and no one gave a shit if he was gay.
Yeah.
He had HIV. I would split joints with him all the time. We'd pass joints around. Like, no, even remember during the, I don't know if you remember, but during the 90s I remember when I got my first AIDS test, I was like, shit, I'm fucking nervous. I am nervous.
Yeah.
You know, because I was like, at the time, I think I was 23, and you think about all the days on the road where, you know, in a town and you meet a nice lady and you're in New Hampshire and no one has a condom and you're like, fuck it.
They don't even have condoms up there.
They do, but they made it out of sheepskin.
But the truck broke down and didn't get the condoms there that year. It was different times, bro.
Couldn't make it up before the snow.
Condom trucks sidetracked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, dude. I remember getting a test even just from even masturbating. I remember I got
You were
tested.
worried?
I was
Is
so
it in the
scared.
air?
Oh no, I was just worried that I'd gotten something in my hand or I'd done something. You know, I just got so much fear. You know.
Yeah, so much
but I remember getting tested. I remember talking to Jerry O'Connell one time. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, the actor.
Yeah.
From Stand By Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really awesome guy. And he talked about living in New York City in his building during the AIDS epidemic. And he said like half the people in his building died. Like half of his neighbors died.
Holy shit.
And he said it was just so wild when he was a kid, like that these people he knew and they just started to disappear.
Didn't you interview Robert Kennedy Jr.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His voice is getting better. I just texted with him.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
But his story about Anthony Fauci, that book, which talks about why those people were dying, because they were all on AZT. And AZT was that cancer medication.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a chemotherapy medication they stopped giving to people because it was killing them quicker than cancer was. And they started giving it to people who had AIDS.
And it was helping them.
No.
Oh, it wasn't?
It was killing them. And they were giving it to people that had no symptoms. So they just tested HIV positive. They'd give them AZT, and it was just killing them.
Really? Because you used to hear AZT was what cured HIV.
No. AZT they abandoned. They abandoned it because it was too harsh. But Fauci pushed it during the early days of the AIDS pandemic. The AIDS epidemic was rough, man. I mean, obviously, no one knew exactly what was going on. You can't fault people for trying different things out and trying different strategies out to contain the virus. But according to Robert Kennedy Jr., there's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah, he's really interesting guy. You know, I know him just even as friends, and he's got some fascinating stories, even from growing up. They used to take these like homing pigeons, and they would give them to the train conductor, and have him take them like 100 miles or something. Him and his friend, and the first whoever's got back first won. So it was just like this cool game they would play.
Isn't that wild that a pigeon can use the magnetic field of the Earth, and they track it like a GPS system straight back to you?
Yeah. And we have to pay $1 million to build something like that. And God did it in a fucking nothing.
Well, they think that
For a
people
nickel.
had some kind of ability to like know where they were and know where they were going. We just lost it, which makes sense to me because now that I have navigation, like even in Austin, I've been in Austin for 2 years. I barely know how to get around. I know how to get to work. I know how to get to the clubs. I know how to get to the restaurants that I like. Other than that, I don't know where the fuck I'm going. But when I lived in Massachusetts, But back in the day when there was
Yeah.
no navigation, I knew how to get everywhere. I knew the 405, whatever the roads were. I forget the roads.
But I don't think it's good for us having navigation because here's what I notice. So I'll use navigation, right?
Right.
So now I know my computers tell me where to go. So now my brain is free to just think about whatever. And sometimes my brain will use that time to think about negative. It end up getting into negative stuff. Whereas it used to be if my brain had a task and it was having to pay attention where I was going, then I felt like it was better for my brain because it was busy.
That's
you know?
interesting. Like your brain has to be busy with a task or it thinks negative.
I think, well, it's one of the things that I think these days it's like, you know, like a long time ago, I think, I wasn't alive, but like a long time ago, I think that our senses have to be in the world. Like,
Yeah.
we had to be aware if there were lions, what the weather was going to be like, where our kids were at our hip. Like,
You're in the moment.
you're in the moment. You had to survive. Like, you
Right.
know, it was different. And now, since most of our comforts are met in America,
Yeah.
I feel sometimes like those senses didn't disappear. I feel like they just went inside of us.
Right.
So now they're hunting like any uncomfort that comes up inside of us.
Right.
So I think it's like why we have so much more mental health struggles because we're still like as alert as ever, but the only fearful things are inside of us now for some reason, for some people.
That makes sense. You know, I was listening to some guy talk about anxiety the other day. And one of the things that he was talking about with anxiety, he said, it's basically people's desire and ability to problem solve for the future. So you start thinking about what may or may not happen in the future and you get anxiety. And in the past, you had to dwell on exactly what was in front of you right there and then. Like, I'm hungry, my children are hungry, I got to find an animal and kill it and figure out how to cook it.
Right.
And that was what people occupied their day with. And then when all that's gone, you could just go to McDonald's and feed yourself for $3 and you're sitting there fat and full. And then you're just thinking. You start thinking about weird shit.
Yeah, because whatever your natural instincts, they don't have any. They're like, what the fuck do
What
I
is
do?
this? Yeah, what is this
I
like?
need to still hunt something. I need to still kill something.
Yeah.
So they start hunting you.
Ooh, they start hunting your fears.
You start hunting-
creating problems.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so. Well, that's why I'm a big advocate of working out really hard.
Oh, dude, it's bro. It is. I can't even tell you. I don't know how I forgot it. I mean, I was a fucking dude. We used to, you know, good dude. We used to fucking go. You know, I remember driving to the Taco Bell and fucking doing steroids in the car, bro. We used to fucking, you know what I'm saying, bro?
Taco Bell parking lot?
Dog, I do 50 mls just to fucking put down
Really?
to put down a fucking Mexican pizza, son. Let's
Wow,
go.
you're ready to get jacked. How big were you at one point in time? You have any photos?
Yeah, I think there's some old images out there. Theo jacked, maybe.
Any posing photos?
Oh no, nothing like that, bro. Like them brown sugar babies. I didn't do all of that, bro. Out there just black bodying.
A buddy of mine sent me, a buddy of mine that I used to compete with back in the day, sent me some photos of me and him at the Bay State Games from 1986.
Ooh, the Bay State game. That sounds.
Yeah, I'll send it to you, Jamie.
I was probably 202.
Yeah? Jacked.
Oh, dude, I was fucking jacked. I could fucking chew on my traps.
Really? Just reach over and take a bite?
Ugh.
Damn.
Oh, fucking good.
Do you miss those days?
Well, I don't in some ways because I was doing some type of testosterone or something. So you get a little bit jacked, but then when you come off it, it was a little tougher, you know.
Right, you'd be depressed.
Right. So, but I miss some of those days. The thing I realized I missed also was the camaraderie of just being in the gym and getting those devils out.
Yeah, and hanging out with other people that are doing the same thing you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And joking around, you realize, oh, I'm okay.
See, that is that's me with the blue jacket on.
On the right?
Yeah, the far right.
Damn,
With
dog,
the
you
gold
was
medal around my
fine,
neck.
bruh, huh?
Thank you very much. That was cutie. That's my friend. Well, go back to that other picture, please. That's my friend Larry Jones to the right. I've talked about him many times. Look how tall his legs are. Look at that guy, Larry.
On the left?
To my right. Yeah, he's to the left of me in the photograph, or we're looking at it this way.
Okay, yeah.
But to my physical right.
Oh, we got them long, or has he got those?
Look at his legs.
Damn.
His legs go all the way up to my tits. And he's only like 6 inches taller than me, but his legs were way taller. He had like extra foot-long legs. And then the dude next to him, I forget his name, the guy with the green belt, but the guy with the red belt, that's my friend Tom. He's the one who sent me the photo, Tom Redogna, and he's the guy with the mustache. And next to him, that's Sidley. And Sidley and me. And then Junksick, I've talked about him many times. It's the guy that I've got my left arm on. He's the guy that was in med school while he was competing. So this guy was a national champion while he was going through med school.
Gang, baby.
Crazy. Most disciplined person I ever met in my life.
Really?
Couldn't believe. I to this day I think about him if I ever think that I work hard. That motherfucker was always tired, and won the national championship.
Wow.
Always tired. Going to med school. Always tired. Didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Just worked. He would be practicing. Doing his studies, and then he would put all of his books in a backpack and run up and down the stairs. And show that other photo. And so this was like when I think this is 86, so I was 19.
And what would y'all do? What kind of lunch would y'all eat?
So that is me waiting to compete, I think, probably.
This one, Subway was big too, I bet, huh? Would y'all have a lot of Subway subs?
I don't know if Subway was big back then. I don't think it existed.
Damn.
Jared didn't really sink Subway. You would think that scandal would have sunk Subway. I wonder if it took a hit off their business. Your spokesmodels out there fucking kids.
Yeah, that's a. I don't know. I don't know if that I don't know if that will sink a business. I guess it depends on what it is.
Yeah, it depends on the business.
We just went to Jimmy John's summer camp the other day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. He does a summer camp for his friends and family.
I met Jimmy John.
Yeah,
he's friends with Kid Rock.
Yeah, he's friends with Bob. Yeah.
Have
Kid
you
Rock.
met him? With
Yeah.
Bob. Yeah, he called him Kid Rock Bob.
Yeah. Did we? Yeah, he has a dinner table at his house now. It like spin. He has his new house got built or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's like
The White House.
It's insane, bro. It's
Yeah,
a replica.
it is
of
the
the
White House. Yeah, I talked about it. He took me for a tour. It's the wildest shit ever.
Bro. Yeah, they
How
have
about that gold elevator in the middle of the house?
There's a gold bathroom, all
Yes,
gold.
Yes, all gold. The
Like-
gold shower. It's a golden shower. He goes, get it? And I was like, I get it. Like nobody fucking has that kind of money and has that kind of sensibility to
Yeah.
do that. Only Kid Rock would make that house. It's a 27,000 square foot house with 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's literally. Does he have any photos of it online? It's the craziest fucking house I've ever seen in my life.
I have a good. He has his dining table upstairs, and it's beautiful, and it's like it spins on a big circle, so you can pass by the view, like, and you go in circles, so you keep passing by the view. You know, it's really it's nice. It's cool.
Oh, so the actual floor spins. So it's like one of those restaurants at the top of a building. Remember
Yeah.
they used to have those?
Those things that never panned out.
They never panned out. Nobody wanted to just spin around while they're eating dinner.
Well,
you get sick.
Yeah, you go to the bathroom, you come back, you don't even know who the fuck you are anymore. You
Where's my fucking table?
Yeah, where's my
I can't find my family.
Every kid's just missing up there.
Yeah, that was like one of those novelties that didn't really work out. That people were really into that for a while, though.
Yeah, people were, man. They had one in New Orleans for a while. But yeah, Bob's got a nice, it's really set up over there. But yeah, we went to Jimmy John's summer camp. That was fun. Got some fishing.
Yeah.
And caught some different types of fish. Got to go fishing with Emerald, you know, the chef Emerald.
Oh, really?
He's from Boston.
Yeah, that guy, Emerald, what is his last name? He used to have a TV show for a while. Lagasse.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a TV show for a while. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
He'd say
man.
"bam" all the
Bam.
time. That was
Yeah.
his thing. Bam.
Yeah,
His
dude.
catchphrase.
We caught a fish with him. I put it up on my IG. While we went out there, caught some fish. But that was really fun.
Who was the first celebrity chef? Was it Julia Child?
Probably somebody in the Bible, huh?
Right, but like in
more
terms
futuristic?
Of like, in terms of like television. Like she was like probably the first. Remember her? Oh, it was a lovely, lovely souffle. Remember? You remember Julia Child?
Nuh-uh,
She was a
man.
lady. She's cooking on television.
She comes up when I type in who first celebrity chef.
I remember Tracy Ullman. Remember her?
She was a comedian.
Yeah.
She wasn't a chef.
But it was like the first woman that I heard on TV.
What about I Love Lucy?
Oh, no, I didn't know her. I mean, I've seen clips. But she was hot, I thought, huh?
You like Tracy Ullman or I Love Lucy?
I Love Lucy.
Yeah, back in the day. She was hot and funny.
Yeah.
So was Mary Tyler Moore. Remember her?
I remember I heard about her.
Yeah. When I was a kid, we used to watch the Mary Tyler Moore show. She worked in a newsroom. It It was weird because there was a show, like she had a boss that was Ed Asner was her boss. I forget what his name was on the show.
Ed
But then they
Asner.
did another show with him where it was a serious show.
Okay.
So it went from him being her boss on a sitcom to him playing the same guy without Mary Tyler Moore, and it wasn't funny at all.
It was 2 different shows.
It was a drama.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was like Lou something or another. What was his fucking
Lou
name?
Grant.
Lou Grant.
But he
Yeah.
played the same character?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Well, it wasn't just weird. It was like they completely flipped it on its head because it wasn't funny.
Right.
So in Mary Tyler Moore, it was a comedy.
Yeah.
Like Mary worked in the newsroom, and Lou Grant was the boss, and there was all these dilemmas. Like, what do I do? You know. And then Lou Grant does a show, but it's serious.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
And they didn't know.
Yeah, it's like as if Archie Bunker left the family, All in the Family, and all of a sudden he's a serious guy.
Right.
Like without the family to joke around, without his fucking racist jokes.
But he's still the same guy.
He's still the same
Same
guy.
character. Yeah,
But
it'd
it's
be
not
crazy.
funny anymore.
Right. Like if Archie Bunker were on In the Heat of the Night.
Right.
And you were like, he's just like, what?
Instead of what was his name?
Oh, Carol O'Connor?
Carol O'Connor. Yeah.
Well, that was the same guy, though, right?
Same guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a different. Like people didn't want that show though.
I loved Carol O'Connor.
Yeah, but nobody wanted that Heat of the Night show. Get out of here. Where's the fucking Archie Bunker? But by the time the '80s rolled around, you couldn't do that character anymore.
Oh, the Archie Bunker character?
Yeah. It's like
God,
that
it
was
was
a
so good.
1970s show. That was back in the day when Red Fox had Sanford and Son. Like you could have wild shit. You could say wild shit on TV still.
Do you think that kind of stuff will come back, though?
It'll come back on YouTube. Like that's kind of what Gillian Keeves are doing. You know, like Shane Gillis. He's
Oh, yeah.
Those sketches are wild.
Them guys are basic, bro.
He's so funny, man. And his stand-up is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like when I see guys like him coming up, it gives me a lot of hope. A lot of hope because people still want to see that kind of comedy. They still want to see wild comedy. And he's a great guy too.
Oh, yeah.
Great fucking guy.
Yeah, Shane's great to be around, man. I like being around him. He really he's fun. People like him. He's kind of like tall and kind of chubby, you know? So it's just you don't see that very often.
Getting jacked. He's been working out a lot.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's working out like crazy.
Wow, for what?
Just to get healthy again.
Oh, dang.
Still drinks so much though.
Yeah, he's good at it.
I've never seen anybody better.
He's such a I don't know, he reminds me of like I guess a character that I knew growing up or something.
He doesn't seem like a real person.
Yes.
If you see the numbers that he puts down, we do podcasts together. We have this thing, Protect Our Parks. We do it. It's Ari Shaffir, Shane, and Mark Norman. And we get blitzkrieged. We just get super high and talk crazy shit. And Ari tried to compete beer for beer with Shane.
And Shane put him on the map.
Oh, Shane was still talking and coherent. 16, 17 beers in, and Ari was throwing up in a
Shane will start a fucking family on a case of beer, dude. He's just got that in him.
I don't understand how he does it, but we had a cooler and Ari's throwing up in the cooler. Blah! He's lying
heard about
down.
that.
He fell asleep on the floor of the podcast studio. We left him here, and I told Jeff, I'm like, you got to check in on him every couple minutes just to make sure he's not dead.
Yeah.
Usually he swallows his own tongue or something.
Oh, that'd be the worst, huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't want him to die.
No.
Not like that.
No, I wouldn't want him to die either, man. And I think that Shane is like, Shane seemed
at
like he
him.
could start a family. Oh, there you go.
Look at him, blacked out, angry. Look at his face. I can't believe
He's upset.
I can't believe
And look at his
me.
pills next to him in that thing.
Is that pills? What is that?
and I shouldn't have said that. We don't know it's pills, but it's.
What is that
It's
thing?
like a hangover medication type thing. You put in like effervescent. I forgot the
Oh, he
name of
came
it.
Really?
prepared, huh?
Yeah, they were already drinking it.
He's
when they
cheating,
started.
dude. Have USADA checking, bro. That was fucking cheating.
Look at this stack. Look at this stack of empties next to Shane. Wow. I mean, how does he do that and not piss? I mean, he's a big guy. On top of that,
What if you don't piss? What happens to you?
you die.
Wow.
Yeah. One of
There's
Dom
so many
Irrera's
fucking
buddies,
ways to die, man.
One of Dom Irrera's buddies held his piss too much and wound up having to get a catheter. He like ruptured his bladder. He did something really fucked up.
Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night? You gotta pee, right? You're a
Yeah.
regular guy. You gotta pee, right?
Yeah.
And you just say, you know what? This isn't enough pee inside of me. I'm gonna go back to sleep. I'm gonna ride the bag a little.
I just get up
Every time?
every time.
Oh man, I don't think you should do that all the time.
Why?
Sometimes you gotta fucking ride that bag, homie.
No. And then you won't sleep good. I need sleep. It takes me 30 seconds to piss. I get up, I piss, go right back to sleep.
Can you go right back to sleep?
Like a brick.
Do you sleep on your back?
No.
You
If I
sleep on
do,
your
my
side?
wife elbows me.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
I snore.
Oh yeah.
If I sleep on my back, I'm making some noise. I gotta sleep on my side.
Yeah. I wish there was more ways to sleep. You know.
Well, how would you like to do it?
I don't know, just different. I just wish you could do it in different forms. Like you could do it sitting up, you could do it just leaning against something, you could do it upside down. I think because then you would be able to like kind of do more things with your body to get the blood in different parts. You know?
Can you imagine if you didn't have to sleep? If there was a pill that they could give you that would eliminate your need for sleep, you would have 8 whole more hours to do whatever you want during the day. Like imagine if you didn't get tired like that.
I don't want that.
You don't want that?
No, because what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up doing. There's no way if I had 8 more hours I wouldn't cheat on my wife. I don't have a wife, but if you gave me 8 more hours in a day, dude,
That would be it.
it would be fucking. It's so hard for a guy to get through 16 without fucking like doing an 8 ball or fucking running around on his lady.
Shooting at cops.
You give him 8 more hours,
8 more hours, you got to get in a shootout.
bro. Half the dudes are gonna check out. Man. We can't handle it. It's already too hard, man.
Yeah, armed robbery. You got to do something.
Dude, isn't it weird how guys, like if you look at some of these guys like Elon Musk, Facebook, what's his name, Mark
Zuckerberg.
Yeah, and then the other guy, they look like aliens, bro. Their body's white. They're really
Because they work all day.
right.
Like if
but
you look at Elon when he was out on that yacht, those photos they took of him, that motherfucker looks like he hasn't seen the sunlight in years.
yeah,
Years. Like his body has not been exposed to sun. Like you can't fake that. That whiteness, that's a wild whiteness.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's almost an extraterrestrial whiteness. It's the
Yeah.
whiteness you see when you see an alien.
It's paper.
That's what I'm telling you is that these guys are, you know, I believe that autism is like kind of the next. There's kind of a space where there is like man and machine, and that's a lot of autism. A lot of autism, you see these guys who will do the calculations and they'll be able to, you know, figure things out. They're almost a little bit more of a computer than a person, or they're somewhere in the middle, kind of.
Like they're more advanced than us.
Yeah,
They're eliminating the emotions that hold people back.
that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And so when you get that, and you get some of these guys that are like that, I think that's kind of the next evolution, and that's closer really to aliens, man.
Yeah.
When you see aliens, they're not like, oh fuck, man,
Right.
been a long day.
Scratching their balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an interesting thing that
They're
I've thought
doing
of
business,
too,
man.
is that maybe that's like the next level of evolution, is that like there's more of a separation between emotional anxiety and all the and instead concentrating on calculations and numbers and accomplishments. I mean, just think about all the different things that Elon does simultaneously. That's what's wild. Like that doesn't seem like a normal human being would have the capacity to develop rockets while he's developing electric cars, while he's developing Neuralink, which is like a human computer brain interface, while he's developing the Boring Company where he's trying to solve traffic problems.
While he's in the Mediterranean,
Yeah, with his shirt off, looking like a sheet,
risking it all
going crazy.
out there for 1 minute in the sun
Yeah.
at that level.
You see, there's a story that came out that said that like he's not friends with the guy from Google anymore because he had an affair with his wife.
Oh, that's crazy.
And then he just tweeted, he goes, "This is fucking totally bullshit." He goes, "I am friends with the guy. I was just hanging out with him last night." And he's like, "I've only seen his wife with other people around like 2 or 3 times ever."
Oh, it's all fiction?
Yeah, yeah. He goes, "I haven't seen her in years."
Oh, that's fiction.
Like he tweeted about it. He's like, "This is just a lie." Like they just make up lies. Like people just make up shit about him. Imagine if you just made shit up about you and then printed it in the fucking, what was it in? Was it in the Was it in
That was the Wall Street Journal.
Wall Street Journal?
But isn't I mean now it's like there's bots making stories. So soon I feel
Right.
like there's going to be a story for everything that's going to be out there, and people are just going to be. It's like there's no. Is there even any real? You know what recourse do you even have these
Well,
days?
he could sue. He could definitely sue. A story like that is defamatory. But all they have to do is say that they have a source. But, I mean, you got to check with him, I think, before you print something like that. But the thing is, like, the concern is that what those stories do, like, I think he made some sort of reference to short sellers.
Okay.
So like someone who's like shorting the stock.
Yeah.
So you could make an argument that if the stock crashes, that you could make a lot of money on that. And if you made a story that made Elon look like he's out of control, he's losing his mind, people would go, oh boy, I'm going to get rid of my stock because this CEO was out of his fucking mind. And then you're shorting the stock. And so then the stock crashes, and then the people that shorted the stock wind up making a shitload of money. Like, you could make an argument that someone would write, I'm not saying they did, but someone would write a defamatory story just so that they could profit.
Right.
You could do that today.
Oh, if I'm a if I'm running a business and I have access to somebody who has like a PR arm, I would do that kind of stuff. I feel like a lot of stuff is all kind of sneakily tied in. You know, you don't really realize it.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was one of the things that came out about Bill Gates. That Bill Gates had heavily invested in some fund, and this fund had been attacking Elon because he has a short position on Tesla stock. Because like Elon had a conversation with Bill Gates. It was a public thing because Bill Gates asked him to invest in one of his philanthropic. The word came out wrong. Philanthropic adventures. And Elon Musk asked him, "Do you still have a short position on Tesla?"
Okay.
And it's like Tesla stock. He shorted like $1 billion. Like,
oh damn.
Yeah, it's like a big position. And he said, "Yeah, I do. But what does that have to do with anything?" He's like, "Fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm not interested, bro.
Damn.
You're betting on me to lose. Get out of here, pal."
Did you want him to buy Twitter? I wish he would
do.
buy it and shut it down.
He might still buy it. This whole thing that's going on right now, this is like, in my opinion, this is a way for us to find out exactly how many bots are on Twitter. And this is the best way. Because if he just bought it, then he would have to find out.
Right.
He'd have to do some sort of internal examination. But they claim that Twitter only has 5% bots. He thinks it's far more than 5%, and he thinks that the way they determined 5% is not adequate. I forget exactly what they did. It was something like they took a random 100 accounts, and out of that 100 accounts, 5 of them were bullshit. So they figured, well, it's probably 5%. And he's like, that's not how you do it. Like, you need like a really comprehensive way of examining all of the different people that may or may not be bots. But the thing is, like, are they bots or are they on a troll farm? Like, if it's in a troll farm, how do you even know if they're bots? Like, how do you know if they're being paid to say what they're saying?
A lot of them are trying to fuck. Usually a lot of the chick ones, you know, or it's like sex. Look at this or something, you know, and it's sex.
Right, but they're not really trying to fuck. They're trying to fuck you out of your money.
Yeah.
They're trying to get your dumb ass to give them a credit card.
Yeah.
Like, I'm having a hard time. My transmission broke. And you're like, oh, baby, I could take care of that.
That's crazy,
That
huh?
ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Transmission, only about $900. I got you.
Mail him a wrench.
Yeah, exactly.
What about but do you think what if he bought it and then shut it down?
Why would he do that?
Because then it's dead.
Yeah, but then he loses $44 billion. You're a terrible businessman.
But we don't have to fucking deal with Twitter anymore.
What about him? He's out $44 billion. You know how hard it is to make $44 billion? You would just give it away to kill Twitter. And then
He
what
saved
someone
the
would
world,
do?
though.
They would just make Twatter. And
Yeah.
then everybody would hop on board with Twatter because
think,
Twitter's
though?
not around anymore. Yeah, the same people would run it. Listen, if they kill Twitter, those same social justice warrior executives, they'll get some fucking venture capitalists to fund some new thing, and they'll have some, you know, comprehensive, inclusive, you know, new kind of social media platform where everybody's special.
Yeah, I guess I wanted it to should be shut down. But I guess, somebody would just make a new one.
Did you see that Reddit banned the use of the word groomer?
I looked into that a little bit. That is what they were saying, but that's not quite what happened from what I was reading.
Okay, what did you read?
That the screenshot that I've read on a few pages was from a subreddit, and the subreddit claimed that admins told them they couldn't do that stuff anymore, and they had to police their subreddit harder using those terms groomer.
Is there
like
a lot
that
of
wasn't
people
untrue,
grooming
but-
out there? Is that kind of stuff growing, you think?
Well, the problem is people are using it as an anti-LGBTQ term. They're talking about groomers as is someone trying to groom young kids and either make them gay or trans. The problem with eliminating the term groomer is, what about some grown man who's grooming young girls and trying to fuck them? Because that's real. Like, that's a real thing. I mean, there have been many young girls that have fallen victim to older men who come along and find some 14-year-old girl and get close to her and then wind up grooming her.
They got to stop it.
But it's a thing. Like, grooming is a thing. And I understand that, like, it makes people uncomfortable that people connect it to LGBTQ people. And, you know, a lot of it is like TikTok. Because people are seeing these people on TikTok with blue hair screaming, all your children are going to be trans. And they freak out. And they're like, we got to stop these groomers. They're grooming our kids. It's like, but how many fucking of them are there? Like, and how much of this is just magnified by social media?
Right.
And how much of it is magnified by groups like TikTok, which, you know, are, oh my God, I read TikTok's terms of service. I went down a TikTok rabbit hole yesterday.
Yeah, it's good.
I stayed home, smoked a little weed, and I started reading up on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm going to read you this because this is so crazy.
Is it good or bad?
Bad.
So what are you saying? It's a bad place to be?
Listen to this. This is from TikTok's privacy policy.
All right.
It said, we collect certain information about the device you use to access the platform, such as your IP address, user region. This is really crazy. User agent, mobile carrier, time zone settings, identifiers for advertising purpose, model of your device, the device system, network type, device IDs, your screen resolution and operating system, app and file names and types. So all your apps and all your file names, all the things you have filed away on your phone,
Really?
they have access to that. File names and types, keystroke patterns or rhythms. So they're monitoring your keystrokes, which means they know every fucking thing you type.
Wow.
Battery state, audio settings, and connected audio devices where you log in from multiple devices. We will be able to use your profile information to identify your activity across devices. We may also associate you with information collected from devices other than those you use to log into the platform, meaning they can use other computers that you're not even using to log into TikTok. They can suck the data off that. That's what you're agreeing to when you download and start using TikTok. That's wild.
It's insane. My question would be, do you think they did that? They created TikTok just on purpose to have all that?
100%.
Wow.
I think they saw that people are addicted to social media, and they came up with the most addictive version of social media, which is TikTok. It's the most addictive by far. It's the best for sucking people in. My kids are fucking hook, line, and sinkered on that shit. And I know a lot of other people are hook, line, and sinkered to grown people.
It's good.
It's good. And it starts playing things immediately. The moment you turn it on, it's like playing you a new thing, playing you a new thing. You're like, "Ah!" and you just sucked into it. And all the while, it's monitoring your keystrokes, your audio settings. But by audio settings, that means it has access to your microphone. That means it's listening to you right.
Just tell me how it
right
ends,
now.
man.
It ends with China having all of your data. And if they develop
If they get all the data,
digital
then
currency,
what? Then what?
well, you're fucked.
Or-
Because if they look, what's going on in China? I don't know if you've
man.
seen this, but they pulled tanks in front of banks to stop people from fucking rioting because they just took all their money. Did you see all that? Yeah. Did you see that shit? No. Oh my God. They have shut down people's accounts, and they're doing a social credit score system in China.
Okay.
And they have digital currency.
Video
of tanks shows Chinese military exercise, not bank barricade. Yeah, according to China and the AP. But if you see what's going on over there with the digital currency, what they have is the ability to tell you can't buy gas. Like, hey, Theo, we don't like the way you're living your life, so you're not going to be able to buy a plane ticket.
China's a dump, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's cool people, and I like some of the food, but I think it just, I don't know. I don't like the way they're doing it all.
When any military exercise they're doing when they're putting tanks in front of a bank is intimidation at the very least.
Do you think the
Scaring
people there
people
even
at the very
know what
least.
freedom is anymore, or you think they're just so brainwashed?
They've never had freedom like we have, so no. I mean, they weren't even capitalist for a long time, right? It was a communist country, and then they realized, you know what? In order to compete, we got to loosen this up a little bit and let some people get greedy and make a shitload of money. And that's what they did. They kind of have a hybrid of capitalism and communism, you know, because in the old days, it was like the government would tell you what you do.
Okay.
And the government would tell you what you get paid.
All right.
And you just did what you had to do. You did what you were told.
Right.
But what they do now is they allow people to get extraordinarily wealthy, So some people, they develop industries, they develop businesses, and they work in conjunction with the government. Like every business that exists in China, say it's a tech business, you are an arm of the government. You're not independent from the government. Like that was the concern with Huawei. Like when they banned Huawei phones from being distributed in America. Do you know about all that?
I don't think so. It's not the gas station.
No, that's Wawa, right? What is it?
You're talking about flip phones?
It's a H. No, they have super complex.
Okay.
Smartphones like Huawei. It starts with an H. Huawei had some amazing phones.
Oh,
And
Huawei. Okay.
Yeah, with an H.
Okay.
And they had amazing phones that they were using. Like they had like 100 megapixel digital cameras before anybody did. Really like high-end phones, but they also had network devices that were stealing data.
Fancy.
Yeah, well, they were stealing. They were using them as spy devices.
Okay.
You know, like all this shit that I was reading about TikTok. Well, they have a similar situation with like their routers.
So that's spying. So they're spying
100%,
basically.
100%.
But what do they do once they have all this information? Like, what's the end goal to having it all? Oh, yeah.
FBI found Huawei equipment in Midwest could disrupt nuclear communications, CNN. And that is from yesterday. I'm going to send you this, Jamie. I'm going to send you some new thing. Hold on a second.
Dang.
Because this is really crazy. This is some shit that they found out where the FBI director starts talking about. I'll send you this, Jamie. Hold on a second. The FBI director was talking about how bad the Chinese spying is on Americans, and he said it's bigger than every other country combined.
Why do they want to spy on us, though? Because what? Because we are what?
Stealing intellectual property, stealing all your data, stealing credit card numbers, stealing where you're going, tracking you, if you're criticizing the Chinese government, like whatever the fuck your control.
So say one day they could like... One day, would it be possible then, if they take all this information, that they could just like commandeer, like say, like a business's website, right?
For sure,
like Nike.
For sure.
And
Listen,
so
let's
then
listen to this guy talk.
Okay.
Listen to this guy talk. Go full screen.
Yashar.
Go full screen, and then give me some volume.
Biggest threat we face as a country from a counterintelligence perspective is from the People's Republic of China, and especially the Chinese Communist Party. No country presents a broader, more severe threat to our ideas, our innovation, our economic security than China. And they are targeting our innovation, our trade secrets, our intellectual property on a scale that's unprecedented in history. They have a bigger hacking program than that of every other major nation combined. They have stolen more of Americans' personal and corporate data than every nation combined.
What is the FBI doing about that?
So the FBI is keenly focused on the China counterintelligence threat. We are now moving at a pace where we're opening a new China counterintelligence investigation about every 12 hours.
Jesus Christ. Every 12 hours.
So, like, say one day you could go to a website, right, to buy something, okay?
Yeah.
And China has the information of the website. It has your information. And they could wonder if they could like put their own website over it. So you actually just buy it and they send it to you from China and they make the money and that company never even gets there.
I'm sure they could do that. It'd be even worse. How about this? Maybe
Okay.
you develop something.
All
You
right.
develop some new innovative technology.
All right.
But you develop it using an internet that's connected with Huawei devices or some other device that the Chinese government has infiltrated and put third-party access to. So they infiltrate all of your secrets, and when you go to market, they've already created it. So they already have put people to work building the thing that you have worked so hard to develop. They put engineers on it, and they do it. So all of our intellectual property, all of our creative pursuits in terms of like innovation, they steal all that.
Wow.
And they build it over there. Do you know they have Apple stores in China that have nothing to do with Apple? Everything's counterfeit.
Oh, dude, one time I went to this Starbucks one time in Jamaica, right? We went in there and somebody had just stolen a Starbucks sign and put it up outside of this place. So we go in, and the guy's like, "Welcome to the Starbucks Lounge." He's like, "Can I get you a smoothie?" And
it was in Jamaica?
Yeah, dude.
So he just had a Starbucks sign.
Yeah, it was like a smoothie shop, dude. It was so ridiculous, bro.
Well, other countries have like totally different rules in terms of what you can get away with and what you can't. And China's rules are wild. You know, they have versions of world cities that they've built replicas of in China. Like they have a version of Paris. Have you seen that? Google a Chinese version of Paris. Because they have the kind of money they have in China, and because they have like free reign to do whatever the fuck they want, they've literally built cities that they don't even use.
Oh, I wonder if
What are you wondering?
I'm trying to think what I'm wondering.
Look at this. The Eiffel Tower left is one of Paris' most iconic landmarks. The second largest replica in the world can be found in, boy, say that word.
Tianducheng.
After the Paris Las Vegas hotel in Nevada. Like, look at that one on the right. That is a fake Eiffel Tower. It looks exactly like it. But it's in China.
But that's just like us
But look, they build the buildings. Yeah. Do you have to sign in for this shit?
Everything's
Entering
like
your email.
that.
But look, they made all the different buildings there.
Wow.
That's what's wild. Like they've recreated everything. They've recreated, look at that. I mean, that is fucking wild. They recreate the building on the corner. They recreated all this shit. Look at that. That's in China.
Oh, yeah, that's the replica of
It's a huge replica of Paris. Like they've literally reproduced Paris.
Well, dude, the one thing that's wild about China, you ride on the trains, and sometimes they have these buildings, and they built them, but there's no windows. They're just like completely abandoned, but they're huge high rises just everywhere. There's nothing in them. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. That's what we're talking about. Like they have the ability to do stuff like that we just don't have.
What do they do if somebody dies over there? Do they bury him or they don't care?
I don't know. I mean, they can definitely make you disappear over there. Do you know that bodies exhibit? That was another thing that I went down a rabbit hole yesterday with.
Oh, the one that went around America?
It didn't go around America. They're simultaneously going around the whole world,
yeah,
all over the place.
Body world or whatever.
Body
they cut
world.
the body.
They dissect the body, and there's a process where they infuse the body with plastic.
Yeah.
Do you know where they get those bodies from? Chinese unclaimed bodies.
No way.
Which include political prisoners.
I went 3 times, dude.
I went a couple times too.
It was unbelievable. You see the one with the baby in it?
Yeah, there's baby ones. There's a bunch of them, but they're in all sorts of different countries simultaneously. They're going on right now all over the world. There's one that's permanently at the Luxor in Vegas.
Wow.
They have that one there. They have them all over the world, and they're bodies of prisoners.
Yeah. Damn.
I mean, it could be like there's one where the guy's playing tennis. Like that could be some guy who's like a fucking tennis player who bangs some dude's wife, and they decide he's like, "Oh, you think you're gonna fuck my wife?" And they just turn this dude into like a plastic statue holding a tennis racket with his dick hanging out.
Yeah, and they even cut their dick down the middle.
They do things where if you found that in a warehouse, you would say that guy's a serial killer. But, you know, it's at the Luxor. You're like, oh, I guess everything's cool.
It's pretty normal.
You have to pay. You have to pay to get in here, so it must be normal.
We're getting acclimated to weird stuff being more normal, huh?
That's the weirdest. That was one of the weirdest things. If you find out that these people most likely were executed,
yeah,
and some of them they found bullet holes in.
Oh, damn, dude.
Which makes sense, right? I mean, if you're going to get a body from Chinese unclaimed bodies, which include prisoners.
Like a raw stress for
executed
less.
prisoners.
But it's fucking bodies you roll in there. Yeah, yeah.
And they've also like
they're all smalls.
They connected one of the guys who sells the bodies to this Russian group that was using homeless people and prisoners, and then they sell them the bodies, and they take these bodies and they dump them into some vat. See if they can find like a thing on the process of plastinization.
Yeah, plastinization, yeah.
Yeah.
We saw a dude in Albuquerque with a sword, man, late at night.
Take a hit.
Give me a hit, damn,
Take a
dude.
hit of that,
am I struggling that bad today?
No, you're not struggling at all.
That
Is that a
nicotine
new
really
one?
got me.
Is that a new one, Jamie? You opening up a new one?
No, it's the same.
But it has the label on it.
The other two.
That's how
are
strong this shit
tab.
is. It puts the label back on itself.
Yeah, it seals, reseals. Ready?
Bro, I can
Here we
already
go.
feel it. All right.
Jesus. It was so bad. It's so bad when it's
Bro,
new.
I'm not joking, bro. I'm not joking, dude.
It's so sharp. Right? It's so sharp.
Yes, I feel like
Jamie, you want some of this?
Nope.
You
a
sure?
sword.
What was the last time you had some?
Feel great.
When was the last time
Leave
you
him
had some?
alone,
I'm all right.
Joe.
Come on, give me a little hit.
I don't need it.
Come on, a little bit from me.
I can fake it.
It'll help you lift weights,
want
Jamie.
I already did today. I'm
I feel like a sword just came on me.
Sword.
It feels insane.
Oh my God! Yeah, put the lid on that, please. Oh, you gonna take another one?
I
Oh
fucking
my
like
God,
to,
you're an animal.
I like to ride the fucking dark on me.
Does it get better the second time around?
It gets a little more manageable.
Oh my God.
I feel like they're moving furniture in my fucking DNA, baby.
Yeah, that is not good. I
Dude,
mean,
yeah, you gotta have Bobby Kennedy on, man. He's an interesting dude.
How did you meet him?
I met him just through like this. I met him through just some other friends,
Yeah.
and he just is just an interesting guy. He's just so smart. He just has such, and he works with the environment, you know. So his whole life has been about taking care of the environment.
Yeah, he was an environmental lawyer. You're crying. Are you emotional or are you just like freaking out because of the smelling salts?
I mean, I can get emotional sometimes, but I think the salts have got me. And that thing made my heart slower.
It's so rough.
It makes me never want to play golf, dude, smoking that cigar.
So when you had him on, what would you associate golf with cigars?
Yeah.
The cigar bothered you too?
Rich people, you know, fucking, hey.
Hey,
You
yeah,
love
about him
Clemson? Yeah.
making deals.
Yeah, you go to Clemson or what?
Clemson, roll tide.
Yeah, but he loves, you know, he started with the environment outside of our bodies. And then, so I think whenever everything happened with COVID, he was thinking about the environment inside of our bodies. He's long been you know, somebody that speaks out about, what's
Yeah,
it called?
he's an-
Inoculations.
Yeah, he was an environmental lawyer, right?
Dude, I got a buddy who was addicted to inoculations fucking during COVID. He broke into like a CVS and did like 40 fucking shots, dude.
What?
Yeah, bro.
What? What did
Hell
he do?
yeah. He got like, he
He
boosted.
got a bunch of different
Oh,
vaccines?
yeah, bro, this dude.
Boy, they should study him. How's he doing? Maybe that's the key. You got to get a lot.
I think he's doing fine. I've seen him at some meetings.
Inoculation meetings?
No, I just,
Inoculations Anonymous?
hey, bro.
He goes to IA.
Yeah, you got some MMR or what? I need,
I'm trying to mix that Johnson & Johnson up with that Moderna, get that rush.
Is
I'm
that
trying to get just below a stroke. I just want that blood to flow smooth.
But Bobby's interesting. He just got that voice surgery.
He did.
Yeah, so I hope it
When
heal-
did he get that?
I think about a month ago. I don't know if it's. I'm not sure. I just texted him, so I don't know. But I hope it gets better. He's just a really neat guy.
So what was wrong with his voice? Because I've heard that it was something he actually got was an injury from a vaccine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See if you can find that.
Oh, that would make so much sense.
Yeah. Because he's so.
What took him down that road?
Does it say it here?
Spasmodic dysphonia. That's it.
It causes his voice to quaver. What's quaver? Is that like quiver? And make speech difficult. It's a form of involuntary movement disorder called dystonia that affects only the larynx.
That
Now,
larynx,
how did
baby.
he get that, though? Because I had read that he got that from a vaccine. Like there was he got vaccinated for something, and then that hit his vocal cords.
Oh, I don't know. I can't. I mean, he might have told me. I don't remember. You remember stuff really well.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember most stuff really well.
But that's insane, dude.
Yeah.
You know that's really fucking weird.
What's weird?
I mean, it's
my
not,
memory?
It's not weird. I shouldn't say weird isn't the word, but it's really people don't have that.
How so?
They don't, man. I've met a lot of people that aren't able to remember that kind of stuff like you. You got that.
But that's what I do. I'm in here doing this all the time. So
I know.
remember things.
But you have you also have a great knack for it.
Well, I have a knack for remembering things that are interesting to me. Yeah. Yeah. I can remember like when I do like UFC stuff, like I can remember fights from 20 years ago.
Wow.
I can remember details of like how it went down and who fought who and how and what happened.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, I wonder if I had a greater memory, what it would be like. You know?
I also take Alpha Brain though. That definitely helps.
Yeah.
This version of Alpha Brain, the newest version, the black label, this stuff is legit.
See? Maybe I'll get on some.
Get on some. I'll get it for you.
You will?
Yeah. I'm a big believer in that. I'm a big believer in nootropics. There's been 2 studies that we did for the Boston Center of Memory. Boston Center of Memory or on Boston Center of Memory? What was the name of the? Anyway, there was 2 double-blind, placebo-controlled trials that they did where they showed increase in verbal memory, increase in your it's like your ability to form sentences, the ability to recall words, and peak
want that.
alpha flow state.
Oh,
But
yeah.
There's Andrew Huberman actually went over it. And I think they have the video of it on the Onnit Instagram site. But he went over all the ingredients that are in Alpha Brain and how they could benefit memory and cognitive function. But it's been scientifically proven that stuff benefits cognitive function and memory. And there's a bunch of different nootropics. I mean, obviously I'm connected to Onnit, but one of the things that I'm not connected to that we love is Neuro Gum. We always have stacks of that Neuro Gum. That stuff's great.
I've never had that.
It's very good. There's
I'm
another
jacked
company
on this
called,
stuff.
Which stuff?
All of this.
The
This
coffee?
thing, that NAD shot I got.
You had an NAD shot. You had 2 shots of Jujumufu's You had you've got 2 of these Black Rifle coffees that have 300 milligrams of caffeine each. You've downed 2 of those. You're all hopped up on speed, son.
I'm not doing that great.
You look great.
Do I
You look
really?
Great. Your hair looks fabulous.
Thanks. You think I look all right,
said that
Jimmy?
before. It looks great.
Thanks, man.
You look great.
I've been feeling better. I think that getting that caffeine in my heart early fucking shook me with that stick right there. Nicotine.
Oh, the nicotine, huh? The
Yeah, dude.
tobacco. You only took like a little bit of that cigar.
No, man. Look how much
I'm
is
balls
going.
deep in this bitch.
Yeah, y'all can handle it, man.
Yeah.
I think I just got, I think I got, I'm just not that, I think I just, I don't
You're
do
sensitive.
it that good. Yeah, I'm
You're
sensitive to different materials,
Have you ever smoked cigarettes? Were you ever a cigarette smoker?
Yeah, I used to smoke them, man, but, and I
Wasn't
didn't
your
like
thing?
it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, man, but I fucking smoked them bitches.
You know what I
boy.
really like?
Huh.
Vape pens.
Yeah. You do?
They make these tobacco ones now. You take a hit and you just have a head rush. The mother of all head rushes. It's like,
Oh, bro.
one big shot and then breathe it out, and it's like, Kill Tony has a sponsor. They're called, I think it's called Escobars.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that I like.
Bro.
Them bitches are
They're
hardcore.
fat like a cigar, and you take a hit of those, and you are just carousing.
And they're all flavored, like they mix like flavors and like things that have happened in your child, like kiwi puberty or something, or fucking
kiwi puberty.
They'll have like cinnamon divorce, and you're like, what the fuck's going on
Cinnamon
here?
divorce. They're so strong. I think didn't they like make a move to outlaw?
Yeah, they just did, but that's only I think for Juuls. I think they're still letting some of these other ones go.
Really?
Because yeah, man, people can now smoke indoors. I think more people are smoking now than ever before. Because
Well, they're doing it with the vapes.
Yeah.
But I wonder how bad the vapes are for you as opposed to cigarettes.
when we find that I mean, it's
Right.
like I'm sure they
It's
didn't
gonna
test
take
it for
years.
30 years. It's gonna
No.
be bad.
Like a lot of people smoke cigarettes for 30 years before they get cancer.
Dude, I just feel like I wonder, do you think that the world is really getting like that everything's getting real shady and weird, or do you think we're just getting older and people as they get older start to think that things are getting shady and weird?
I think things are definitely escalating. They're definitely getting shadier and weirder. The problem is they're also getting exposed. So they have to be more aggressive in how they propagandize and how they pretend that things aren't shady and weird. So then you feel like you're being gaslit, right? You know what gaslighting is?
Not
When
exactly. I've
Someone
heard it.
pretends that something is different than it is. Like I would talk about like maybe if I like started talking about Jamie and I said Jamie's he's always been this really aggressive guy and he's just really mean to people, which is the opposite of Jamie. And I'm gaslighting you. I'm telling you about Jamie. And I'm
Okay.
trying to put something in your head to make you think things are different than they are.
Okay.
I'm trying to make I'll make you think make you think that it's your problem. It's your fault that something went wrong.
Okay.
It's all gaslight you. Like pump you up with a bunch of information when you really start believing that. Like, oh wow, That's what gaslighting is. And you're seeing that from news organizations. Like you're seeing that from like CNN.
Yeah, fear tactics.
Fear tactics, and also like pretending Joe Biden's fine.
Right.
Pretending, oh, he's just got a stutter. Like, that's gaslighting.
Right.
When they did you ever see like the press secretary go on Don Lemon, and she was like, and he was like, is Joe Biden too old to run for president? She's like, oh, how are we even asking this? I can't even keep up with him. He's amazing. Like, that's gaslighting.
Right.
Like, that lady knows that guy's a dead man, a walking dead man.
Yeah, it makes me feel sad they keep putting him out there.
It's sad. It is sad. If that was your father or your grandfather or something like that, and you saw him like stumbling over words on television and sitting on Jimmy Kimmel's couch and forgetting what he's talking about, like, it's sad.
Yeah. Oh, it reminds me of my father. And so it's like,
right, because your dad was real old, right?
Yeah, so it like it's funny because it's like it reminds me of in weird ways, But it would hurt my feelings if they did that to my dad, if they pretended like he was well and he was struggling, and because of his age, not because of something he had done to himself.
Meanwhile, Fauci is 2 years older than him, and I was listening to Fauci in an interview today, and he was sharp as a tack. Sharp as a tack. I mean, whatever that guy's doing. Other than vaccines, whatever stuff he's getting into his body, he must have the best nootropics. He must be on the ball.
Do you think that there's better chemicals out there that people have access to that we don't know about?
I think I'd probably have access to them.
You'd have access to them.
Yeah.
Do you?
No. Not that I'm aware of. I mean, there's some strategies that you can use that can mitigate the aging process. And I've talked to a lot of those scientists, guys like David Sinclair that are like from Harvard, who's at the cutting edge of this stuff. So there is some stuff. And there's also this study out of Israel where they used hyperbaric chambers, and they put people on a routine of 60 90-minute sessions over a course of 90 days. And they found that the people that did that, it lengthened their telomeres to the point of it would be like a difference of 20 years of aging. So they like went back and decreased their biological age by 20 years in accordance to like what their telomere length was. So there's certain things that people can do that definitely have a very positive impact on the way the body functions and behaves. But to see a guy who's 81 years old like Fauci is talking so smoothly and so articulately and asking, he was on The Hill, that show Rising on the Hill, and they were interviewing him. It was really interesting. It was like, he's very sharp.
We had a dude try to fast himself out of being gay, I remember one time.
How many days?
I think he did almost 40 days or 20-something days. Isn't that crazy?
How much weight did he lose?
He lost it. Oh, he was ribs and dick by the end of it, And still... And dude, I
was thinking ribs with a big old dick.
I remember he told me, he goes...
I'm thinking a skeleton with a big old rubbery dick.
He told me, he goes, it broke my heart because the first dude I saw with a Diet Coke, I wanted to fucking blow him. And I was like, oh that's man, hilarious. What a letdown. I
saw a video today of a Rottweiler throwing up a woman's dildo. And like in full. Like
how do you watch all this?
They brought the Rottweiler to the vet. Fucking Instagram. They brought the Rottweiler to the vet, and the vet's like, and the Rottweiler's like, blah, blah. And it comes out this giant hot pink dildo comes tumbling out of this Rottweiler's mouth. And this poor lady has to sit there and go, yeah, that was in my ass.
Oh. Somebody had to go get it. That's crazy.
Smelled pussy on it. I was like, I'll just swallow this. Fuck it. It seems like food.
Dogs, yeah, I think, what kind of animals?
Yeah, that's the dog. Go full screen.
There's an ad, so hold on a second.
Okay. We are 12 seconds away from watching this Rottweiler throw up a giant dildo. It's one of those giant dildos
this is where
that has
we are.
The asshole tickler, too, built in.
Ooh, that party
or
boy.
Or the clit tickler. Here he goes. Watch him.
Just walk him away. We're good. You did good.
The lady's like, yeah, we're good. Did good. Let's get out of here.
Get the van, Ronnie.
It's a fucking 14-inch dildo.
Get the van. Damn, bro.
Keep the car running.
That is a...
Look at the size of that thing. See, it's got it's either a clit or a butt. It looks like a butthole tickler to me.
Yeah, it could be. That's a what are those things called that they bury stuff at the schoolyard and the kids all put something in?
Cemetery?
Capsule.
Time capsule. That's that freaking that's that Alabama time capsule right there, dude. It looked like it had a macaroni in it.
Do you think once they come up with a fuck robot, will women want them more? Who will want them first? Would it be men fucking the fuck robot or women getting fucked by the fuck robot?
I think it'll be men because women, I think, still will want somebody to be there more because they have a more of a attachment, I think, to somebody being there. But I think even that's starting to dissipate some. But I think,
But women have more sex toys than men, don't you think? In terms of like vibrators, like a vibrator seems to me that it's like more common than like a pocket pussy or a fucking fleshlight or something like that. It seems
Yeah,
like
that's true.
vibrators are.
That's true, man. Damn, that stuff got me fucking shook up.
Which stuff? This stuff?
I don't know.
Everything?
But if you're somebody that is alive or whatever, and
Wanna
you,
hit?
don't do it, man.
You can't help yourself, huh?
No, I want more.
It's weird. Why do you want more?
I'll
It makes
fucking
you
do an
cry.
8-ball of that shit, son. You know what I'm saying? I'll hit the strip club with that shit,
Woo!
dude.
Imagine have a girl sitting on your lap and like, hey, honey, take a hit of this. What the fuck is wrong with you, Theo?
Some bouncer beats your ass.
Yeah. What are you doing? Going, girls.
Yeah. Oh, that was the scariest, dude. If you was ever in cocaine in a night in like a strip club, that stuff's scary.
Cocaine is?
Just cocaine's real scary, but especially everybody dying from it now. But
Well, the fentanyl.
oh yeah,
Fentanyl's scary.
even so, yeah, it's like we can't even make good cocaine anymore. It's like
Well, we can, but we got to make it legal. That's really what's up. Do you know that it's the #1 killer of people 18 to 49? Wow. Yeah,
fentanyl.
fentanyl.
That's unreal.
Yeah, it's unreal. And most of the time people are getting it, they don't think they're getting fentanyl. They want to get ecstasy or they want to get, whatever they're trying to get, coke, and they're getting it laced.
Well, I had 6 friends during the pandemic that passed away.
Really?
Not best friends, but
From fentanyl?
friends from overdosing.
Jesus.
Because I was worried about whenever they started that, I was like, well, if they close all these like recovery meetings and everything closed, and it went to Zoom, but it's not the same as like human connection. So, you saw a lot of people get disconnected, man.
Are you still going to meetings?
It's really scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going back right now. I'd kind of fallen off that path for a while. And then, I did that ayahuasca and that was really interesting because it like brought up like a lot of like feelings and stuff, but you're kind of just going into old feelings.
Yeah?
Yeah. And
Is that what it did for you?
yeah, it brought up like and memories and feelings of things that had happened when I was younger, things I'd never even known about, kind of interesting.
Memories that you didn't know you had?
Feelings attached to memories that I didn't know had affected me.
Really?
Yeah.
Like how so?
Like I remember when I was like, I guess 10 or something, my brother moved away and my mom let him go live with my grandparents, right? He wanted to go. And I guess it like really made me sad, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know. I know I love my brother and stuff like that, but I didn't know that I'd felt really, and that came up out of nowhere. Like I had no idea. So that memory and feeling with it came up like, just like a bubble coming up out of soup,
Oh, so like you had suppressed that memory and you didn't realize you suppressed it, and then the ayahuasca brought it up and said, hey, this is a source of your sadness.
Yeah. And it gets it kind of out of you, so you're able to kind of process it. So, I was in I did it right off the 101, and
You mean on the side of the 101?
not on the side. It was indoors, it was like
a house.
garage kind of adjacent kind of, but it was nice in there.
Yeah.
But they had a big group of folks and
How many people?
maybe 16.
Did anybody freak out?
Nope.
Really? I've done DMT before with people that freaked out.
Really? Was it scary?
One of my buddies went nuts. Yeah, he took his shirt off, was running around screaming. He was fighting it. Wow. Yeah, he threw up in the sink and was screaming and fighting it.
My
We
buddy
had to calm him
Scott,
down.
we did mushrooms. He thought he was Korean and locked himself in a closet for 3 hours.
Whoa. Why do you think he was Korean?
I don't know.
I wonder if he was in a past life.
We'd never even met a Korean, so I don't even know how he knew about it at the
School?
time.
Perhaps school.
I don't think they taught us.
Maybe he just got really into Korean culture and didn't want to let you know.
It blew my mind when he even mentioned it. But that was just, I think there's something in, I don't know, some of that stuff's real interesting. But anyway, so that kind of stuff, that ayahuasca journey was, that's just wild, bro. Because all, these things come up. And so anyway, like, some of that, like, you just kind of process through that kind of stuff.
Did it help you?
I think it did, but then it made me, like, the thing I like about sober program I'm doing right now is just, there's like a daily thing. It's like you can go every couple, it's like, it's something that you can do every day.
And when you do it, you're going and you're talking to people about their struggles and being sober and the positive things and how long they've been sober. Like, what happens?
Yeah, you listen to people. So that's a good thing. You go and you have to listen to people. So you're getting out of your own head.
And everybody who does it has to talk?
No, they don't have to, but some of them can. And so you can too if you want. So you can share if something's in your head that's kind of bugging you, get to share it. So then it's like, it's not just in your head anymore. Now it's out, and suddenly it doesn't like affect you in your head anymore. So, so those are two good things. You're listening and you're talking in front of other people, makes you feel pretty normal. And then you have like a group, you're seeing people, you're interacting more. And so
and
that's
when you're
really
listening, you're listening to other people do the same stuff that you're doing in terms of like staying sober, how you stay so, how you avoid temptation, that kind of shit.
Yeah. And for me, I don't even know if I have a drug alcohol issue. I think my thing is more like an emotion, like feeling kind of issue, you know?
And so like you try to kill the emotions with the drugs or the alcohol?
Yeah, or I think I just try to find my way away from them. And it could almost be anything. It could be hit, if you left me in here, I'd probably continue to hit that over the day. Just every now and then.
You're ready to do it again.
Just to check out, and I'm going to do it again in a minute.
I'll push it over to
But just something to kind of check out,
Right. Because like being alone with your feelings is troublesome.
Yeah, it's just like, because I realize sometimes my alcohol was almost my feelings. Like I would use my feelings almost like a alcohol. Like if I had feelings, I would be like, oh, let's keep feeling them, And I'd get stuck in this kind of like, oh, this is how I feel all the time,
Right. Right.
And it's not good if you're not feeling great. So
so then you would just constantly dwell on feeling bad and it make you feel worse.
Right. And some of that I would even be trying to do better things to better myself. I wasn't like laying at home. I was actively trying to make myself better. But I didn't realize that even then by like, this has to get better, I'm still kind of dwelling on it.
And not being in the moment.
Right. So then like things like that help me the most, I think, are just like working out, associating with others,
Working out's a big one, right?
It's fucking crazy, Joe. It's crazy. And because I didn't have any of this until I kind of, I know that a lot of this was probably in me from growing up, but I didn't have a lot of it until I think I really started not, fitness kind of left out of my regular daily routine.
How'd you get back into it? Like what was the step? Because like a lot of times when people get out of stuff, it's very hard to get back in. So like what made you get back in? I found just a good place to go. So you were thinking, I should probably get in shape.
Right. And I started going, and after a few days in a row, I was like, oh, this is good.
Then you get momentum, right? You get like a routine.
Yeah. And then I started like getting in I got this blue cube ice bath thing.
Yeah, that's what we have here. We have one of those right next door.
Yeah. So I got in there, and that started being like, all right, I don't like doing this, but I'm going to keep doing it.
Do you set it on purpose for the 50s? Because that one goes down to 37 degrees.
Well, I'm trying to get down there, okay?
So you make sure it's warmer than that. Like you can adjust it.
Yeah. But I'm just incrementally getting down.
So like 57, 56 next week, 55.
Yeah, we'll be there in a while.
49.
Yeah, well, hold on, bro.
45 degrees. Oh, Jesus.
I ain't looking for all 41. That dark magic. Come on, now you're fucking
Mine at home goes to 33.
I've seen your videos.
The Morosco, 33, 34. Yeah.
Damn, that's too much.
It's rough. It's like I had to climb in under the ice to lift up big sheets of ice and climb under them.
Really?
Yeah.
You're lying.
No. There's a video of it. There's a video of me from my Instagram. Like there's
that's too much.
There's a giant chunk of ice. You can find it. There's a giant chunk of ice that I pick up. It's big. It's like 2 feet long.
That's too much, man.
And I climb into the thing and
That bitch, when I get in there, baby, it's just that little,
Chili.
it's that little Christmas skillet, bro. That bitch is ice cold. Yeah.
Just this is a different kind of numbing cold. It's freezing cold. But when you get out, you feel so good. Mm-hmm. And
I'm making my way. I'm making my way, Joe. Yeah,
so
look at
here's
that.
me. Oh, hi, everybody. So I'm climbing right out of the sauna. See all the ice in there? So it's me coming. I worked out, and then I went, and I usually do this. So look at this chunk of ice. See that shit? I usually do this right after cardio. So this is like a cardio session.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
You look like one of those turkeys when they tie it up and it gets all like kind of like lined out.
What?
You know what I'm talking about? When they put that rope around that the ham and it's got all the fucking
my 6-pack.
Yeah. Damn.
It's called working out, son.
Yeah, yeah, it is, bro. I didn't know what that end game could be like, baby. That's freaking wild, dude. Congratulations, man.
Just keep working out and you'll get there too.
Yeah, so yeah. But yeah, everything's I'm feeling good, man.
That thing is really good for depression too. It's really good for anxiety too. The norepinephrine that you get from heavy cold exposure is really good for your mental state as well. It's really good for people. And it's also like a serious struggle because the 3 minutes that you do, I think that day I did 3. Sometimes I do 5, but that's the most I do now. I did 20 once. I don't recommend that.
I'm doing 11
right
now.
For a few days. 11 at 50 something. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably plenty. If you're doing 11 at 50-something degrees, that's probably all the benefits that I'm getting doing 3 at 34 or whatever it is. But it's great for your mind. Like you get out, you feel happier and more peaceful.
Oh, I feel fucking ready, dude.
Yeah, it's such a struggle because it's a real life or death struggle. When you're in there and it's 34-degree water and you're in there for 3 to 5 minutes, that is a real life or death struggle because by the end of it, I'm shaking. Like my body's shaking under the water and I'm like, 30 more seconds. And now what I do is if I do hot, cold, I always finish on cold because I let my body reheat itself naturally.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it, man. What I like about it is I'm doing something I don't want to do. Every time I start doing things I don't want to do, I grow.
Yes.
You
that's a lesson that people need to hear and learn. It's so important because everybody just wants to be comfortable. Everybody wants to sit on the couch. I don't want to go outside. It's cold. I don't want to do this. It's hot. Like you've got to do things that you don't want to do because you show your body that your mind is the boss. Your mind is telling your body what to do, and then you have control.
Yeah. Dustin texted me one day. Poirier texted me. He's like, you can't wait for everything to be okay to live your life. That's what he... And it was, you ever get a text from somebody that's just one of those moments where it fucking gets through to you, Yeah. And I was like, fuck yeah, man.
That's a very poignant... And obviously coming from a guy like him who is... accomplished incredible things and done so in one of the most difficult things to accomplish incredible things. Like he's a fighter, a fucking cage fighter at the highest level of the game. Talking about a guy who knocked out Conor McGregor. You know what I mean?
Bananas.
He's a beast.
Oh, yeah.
So like his ability to like get things done is exceptional.
Yeah.
You know, he's an exceptional person. And so his understanding of that fact that you can't just wait for things to get perfect. You just go out and do stuff. I always tell people that about working out. Like, fuck your motivation. Fuck your motivation. You need discipline because motivation's not there every day. I'm missing motivation most days.
Wow,
Some
really?
days, yeah. Sometimes I got motivation. Sometimes I'm like, fuck yeah, today I felt good. I can't wait to get to the gym. But a lot of days, like, gotta get to the gym. And then once I get going, then I feel great.
Yeah.
And I feel great when it's over. But it's that beginning part that's hard because your body wants to stay comfortable. Your body will trick you. Like, man, today you should take the day off, Theo. You don't feel good. Theo, what did you get, like 6 hours sleep last night? That's not enough.
Oh, yeah, that thing, whatever that is, that guy lives on my shoulder. That little sleepy guy, that motherfucker. Dude, I might have a twin that never separated, baby, because that fella's chatty.
It's a lot of people. A lot of people have that chatty guy telling you to take naps.
Yeah.
Telling you to eat that piece of cake.
Yeah, so that kind of stuff's been helping me, man. But I'm feeling, I'm excited, man. I'll probably go back on tour later this year.
Yeah? You've been writing a lot?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot. And I just got off a tour. I've been touring for like 16 years, you know?
Right.
So like I just took, my last tour date was a month ago, but I think I'm going to take like another month off.
Do you write, like physically write? Do you sit in front of a computer? Do you sit in front of a notebook?
Yep, I'll sit in front of a computer and I'll go through, I'll listen to some old sets, put more stuff in. oh, this was an ad on here that popped out of me. A lot of it pops out of me on stage, though.
Yeah, isn't that interesting when things do that? That's why it's so important to record.
That's the magic, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you're in that moment. You're in that weird moment where you got people laughing and you're in the groove. You're in that Zen moment. Yeah, isn't that best?
I love that, man. And that's what I miss, I think, sometimes about the way the store a little bit, you know, or not miss about it, but it's like, that's what was perfect. That was what was awesome about it.
Yeah.
It was just like it was a fun group there.
Yeah, it was a fun group there.
And that was a vibe, man. But yeah, I'll probably get back out a little bit later this year and do some more dates. And
Have you done any sets at the store?
yeah, I've done some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like there?
I'm still like back in LA probably 4 months out of the year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you Do you have a apartment? that you
Still
keep?
have my same apartment.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So you can go back anytime you want. It's your place. It's not like you're staying in a hotel. That's
Right.
nice. That's
Yeah.
nice.
I chose to do that. That's been good.
It's a little sketchy there now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just
A little
different, I
touch-
guess.
little touch and go in those streets.
Yeah, yeah, it gets a little risque out there. We want to fucking bring your own. You want to, want to bring your silverware, and even when you're doing for a walk.
They're handing out concealed carry permits in L.A.
Are they?
Yeah, they give them to you now.
Did they always do that?
It was hard to get one before. Real hard to get one. They turned down a lot of people. You had to have like a real threat. You had to own like a jewelry store.
Do you feel like we're headed to that place where it's just going to be sort of the Wild West again? Because is it going to get so strange that security is just going to be like a privatized thing mostly? Like, or what's going to happen?
It could. I think most likely people are going to get fed up and they're going to elect some officials and some government people that come in and clean it up. That's what they did in New York City. That's when Giuliani took over New York City and cleaned it up. LA's going to have to. There's this guy, Rick Caruso, who's running for mayor in LA, and he's a big-time developer. And, he's basically saying, look, in 1 year, I can put most of the homeless situation, get those people to shelters, house them, take care of them. I can get them off the streets. And these people aren't doing that now. And he wants that to be a number one priority. Because if you're a guy who's a real estate developer and you're developing a project and across the street from you there's like 80 tents, like that's not good for business.
Yeah.
It's not good for It's not good for those people either. It's not good for anyone.
Yeah.
And they, they're being ignored and in fact even encouraged because there's laws that protect them and make it easier for them to live like that. And downtown LA is fucking Mad Max right now. I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of the more recent videos of downtown LA. Holy shit, man.
No, we saw a guy with a sword in Albuquerque. I think I told you about that, though. We saw a guy with a sword just protecting the streets one night. But
Was he like Dracula? That sword? That kind of sword?
It was crazy. The guy's walking down the street with a fucking,
With a sword.
Yeah, and he had it like that, like how it's.
Oh, like a samurai.
Yeah.
Like he was ready to go.
And he was not a licensed samurai. There's no way this guy was. He was like 6'4".
What? You can't be a tall samurai?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Think about it,
Would
man.
help. Would help.
Let's all hide. Oh, Danny.
Huh?
You're like, oh, let's all hide. Oh, fucking Danny's here.
you
tall
can't.
ass.
Well, I
You
think
can't fucking
samurais weren't
crouch.
ninjas. You're thinking of ninjas, not samurais.
Oh, yeah, maybe I'm thinking of ninjas. But yeah.
Samurais don't hide. They come to fuck you up.
Oh, yeah. Then this
Yeah.
guy would probably be good then.
Yeah, he'd be
But-
perfect. Got a nice reach.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think about that. He just looked like he was just reaching for, I don't know, just reaching for the Lord, man. This guy wasn't doing super good.
Reaching for the Lord.
It was middle of the night. Yeah, we'd done a show there, and it was just, it's Albuquerque. It's wild. The aliens are on the ground.
You think?
Yeah, dude.
Do you think the aliens are in New Mexico?
I mean, dude, yeah, bro. Go to Albuquerque.
Roswell.
Bro, Roswell.
That's where they crashed.
Well, if they crashed, they all fucking, they rented cars and drove over to Albuquerque, man.
Do you believe
They're there.
Do you believe they're visiting us?
I believe that we're them, that they're us just from way in the future.
I think so too. I'm glad you said that. A lot of people have been saying that lately. I think that's a thing that people kind of have in the back of their head, that that's where we're going to be. That's what we're going to do. We're going to look like that one day.
Well, yeah, you look at Facebook, at Mark, and you look at Elon, you look at a lot of these guys who are, mentally on the edge kind of computer humans, and their bodies are white and they look just like an alien. They have they're as closer as we're getting.
Well, I think if you look at like ancient man, like ancient hominids, they were muscular and hairy. And then you look at people today, they're doughy and spindly. and they're moving towards that general direction. I think that's what, when we look at that alien, that Steven Spielberg Close Encounters of the Third Kind type alien, that's like an archetypal image that we have in our consciousness. I think we recognize that that's where we're going, and then we're going to be connected to technology in some very bizarre way, and we're most likely going to be like some sort of a cyborg.
Well, the thing interesting about aliens, you don't see them with no backpacks or no transistors or anything.
Nothing.
They're just
chilling. They're probably not even a biological creature anymore. Man. At a certain point in time, I think that's where life goes. Life creates this sort of artificial life and then transitions to becoming it. And I think life symbiotically attaches itself to technology and becomes a cyborg, some sort of a part biology, part computer, and then it realizes that the biology is just in the way. The biology part just wants to fuck and yell and cry, and you're trying to like create black holes. Like, I don't have time for this. You're all there in the corner crying.
Yeah, we're gonna be. That kind of stuff's gonna be so archaic, dude.
You know what's gonna be really fucked?
Huh.
Instagram influencers are trying to motivate you.
Yeah,
you gotta get out there and chase your dreams. The world's not waiting for you. You know, they're doomed.
Yeah.
Those people, it's a dying market.
Is it?
Yeah. What are you going to do? Motivate people when everybody can see through walls and read minds? Like, that shit ain't going to work.
Yeah, that's true. And also contractors will have to fucking really step their game up.
Contractors?
Just if people are seeing through walls and stuff, people are going to be like, hey, man, the neighbors know.
Yeah, the neighbors know. Well, I think the neighbors are going to know because everyone's going to be able to know what everyone's doing. I think in the future, there will be no privacy. I think that is one thing. Like right now, there's no real privacy in terms of like the government 100% can listen to your phone. I've had people that were like Gavin DeBecker, who's a real security expert, and he was talking to me about Pegasus. And Pegasus was the system that they developed, that they used on Jeff Bezos. They used on Jeff Bezos.
Oh.
That's how Jeff Bezos, remember when Jeff Bezos had like photos and text messages, and they used it to like embarrass him, and it was about him and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, they got that through this Pegasus system. So someone sent him a WhatsApp. The MBS from Saudi Arabia sent him a WhatsApp message, and that WhatsApp message had inside of it a link that he clicked on, and that link downloaded Pegasus onto his phone, and then they got access to his entire details of his phone, and through that they got a hold of these text messages that he had with a girl, and then they made them public, and they tried to embarrass him.
Can TikTok take our text messages, you think?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I think they get everything. I think they get all your recordings, all your audio. They know what music you're listening to, what YouTube videos you're watching. I think they get everything. All the porn you're watching, all the porn you're watching.
I'm not watching
all of it. Zero?
I've seen some. But I haven't seen that much. I don't think there's...
Are you into like stepsister porn?
No.
Stepmom porn? I like the hot MILFs.
Do you?
Yeah. Like a hot 40-year-old goes to the gym. That's my kind of girl.
Ooh, yeah. I'm trying to think of if I've made love to anybody like that in my life. I don't know if I have or not.
What's your type?
I like probably volleyball chick.
A strong girl, athletic. Yeah.
Yeah, some athleticism.
I like it.
Maybe has a family member that can't speak English that good.
Oh, okay. Foreigners.
Foreigner or even mentally fucking
Happy
unwell.
to be here. Oh, mentally unwell. You like that?
I know if there's somebody their family is.
Okay.
Because they're loving people. Because you can't be.
Oh, right. Because you're compassionate. Because you have this family member.
Nurses.
Challenges. Nurses. Very kind people. Right.
Yeah. Nurses are really
some
cool.
Some of them not so nice.
Yeah. Nurse Ratchet. Remember her?
Or Kathy Bates from Misery.
Typhoid
Wasn't she a
Mary.
nurse? Wasn't Kathy Bates a nurse from Misery?
I don't
The
know.
Stephen King movie? I don't remember if she was a nurse. She broke James Caan's ankles. Rest in peace, James Caan.
Oh,
We
that
just
movie,
lost him
remember?
recently. Yeah, Misery.
Oh, dude,
She's a former nurse.
Yeah.
Thank God for Uber, huh?
Well, and then there was also that nurse. There was one nurse that was killing all of her patients. There was a nurse that they found there was like a disproportionate number of people that were dying under her care.
They'll do that
And-
if you're not nice to them.
There's 18 serial killer nurses who murdered their patients. There's an
There you
article,
go.
so I don't know which one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That guy killed. Hold on. Go back up to that guy.
This dude.
Look at this. Niles Hogel may have killed more than 90 people. February 2015, German nurse, how do you say it? Hogel was jailed for 2 murders and several attempted murders at the Delmenhorst Hospital. He would inject his patients with a cardiovascular drug to create a medical emergency and then step in to resuscitate them at the last moment. Wow. So he was just like thrill killing. Oh my God. Go back up to her.
That's back
Amelia
in the day,
Dyer,
dog.
but look at her face. She looks like a lady who killed 400 people. Amelia Dyer is one of the most notorious serial killers in history. Although she was only convicted of 12 deaths, evidence suggests her true body count was at least 400. Wow. Her crimes took place during a 20-year time span in the late 1800s, and all of her victims were babies.
Man.
Oh, my God.
What a freaking cunt, dude. If
What
you're
a
going to attack
cunt.
babies...
Dyer was a trained nurse who turned to baby farming to make money. Baby farming?
Yeah, it's like
What?
those puppy mills kind of.
She would offer to adopt or nurse a child in return for a fee, but then would typically terminate the babies within days by drugging them with opium-based substances or smothering them. She actually served 6 months in prison for negligence in 1879, but Dyer wasn't arrested for her crimes till 1896. Her reign of terror finally ended permanently on June 10th, 1896. She was executed by hanging for the murder of 12 infants.
That's the past, man.
Holy fuck, man.
See, every time I try and romanticize the past, you got to think there was some freaking crazy folks out there.
This is the best time to be alive. Fuck the past.
Yeah, you always say that. I like that.
This is the best time to be alive.
It's a good thing, huh?
Yeah. There's troubles and trials and tribulations and there's difficulties in today's life, but it's also a
This is
time
it.
of unprecedented
don't know.
information and
This is a
kindness.
fucked up
Oh
article.
my God. Daniela Poggiali ended her patients and then took selfies with them. So she killed them and then took selfies. Italian nurse Daniela Poggiali allegedly killed at least 90 of her patients on purpose because they were bothersome.
Interesting word.
While she vehemently denied the charges, the Italian government thought otherwise and charged her in 2014 with her crimes. Not only was Poggiali present for 96 deaths during her time as a nurse, a very high number according to authorities, but she also took selfies with her deceased patients. Police say she stole money and jewelry from the victims and bragged to others that she killed them because they annoyed her. Oh, my God.
But do you think that's just a sign of the times? It's like these people get selfies with anything, all the time. So it's like, do you think it's just like, oh, they died, I'm also getting the selfie? I guess if you do it that much, and it's obvious that you want to be a bad person.
Well, I think she's a sick bitch, and she was like, she's killing them. The selfies is not that creepy in comparison to just the fact that she's killing them.
Yeah. I wonder how you I mean, if we can test people for that. But dude, then all those shows, Dateline, all that's going to be a wrap, bro. Like, I've wanted more people to kill people.
Just so you have more of those shows to watch?
Fucking hate to say that.
I think there's plenty of stories from the past.
No,
You
I've
don't
seen them all.
need
They'll
new ones.
repackage them. Everybody knows it, bro. We
You need
need
new content.
we need people to freaking.
Well, okay, why do women like those shows so much? Women love those serial killer shows.
I've always thought, and this is going to come back to haunt me, that a lot of women want to be murdered or want to have a man show up because it's the closest thing to that knight in shining armor, but it's like it's a man shows up. It's like at night. It has all this mystery to it.
Do you think that's why they like vampires?
It's close. Think about that.
Like Twilight. Remember how many women were in love with the Twilight thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson. He was a handsome, beautiful vampire.
Yeah, dude. I mean, think about it. It's like it's it's a mystery. They're there at night. There's romance. The stars are in the sky.
Right. Spats and shit.
And they want to be, it's like a lot of times there's a potential of sex. There's danger.
And they protect you. They don't kill you. They kill everybody else.
Mm.
That's why women love serial killers. Like women have this crazy thing for serial killers. Whenever there's a serial, not
Yeah,
all
they
women.
email them.
Clearly, not all women, but there's some very disturbed women that are sexually aroused and attracted to serial killers.
And what they want, you think? Sex from them?
They want sex from them, and I think they're attracted to someone who kills people. I think this probably goes back.
Businessman.
No, I think it probably goes back to the time where you needed a man that is capable of killing people to protect you. Because there's some people that are just not capable of like dealing with the idea it's him or me and we're going to fight with a sword.
Right.
Right? But the guy who can do that and come out on top, that's the guy who you want his genes. Because your children have a better chance of success.
Survival, yeah.
So there's probably like this twisted genetic reason why women are attracted to killers.
Yeah, that's why they have those fantasies, the rape, murder fantasy. I mean, I'm not saying, I probably shouldn't say that really, but it's like...
No, but it's a commonly known reality.
Yes, that's a fantasy.
It's a twisted fantasy, but it's a thing.
Yeah.
You
Like
know?
they don't have like the, there's not like a stay-at-home dad fantasy. It's like they have a real fantasy, man.
There's no stay-at-home dad. I have a friend who just got divorced from her husband who's a stay-at-home dad, and she was just, at the end, she has had enough of this dude.
Wow.
Yeah. And then she said to me, she's like, do you know any men, like manly men to set me up with? Like she wanted a fucking man.
Yeah.
She was coming to me because she was hoping that I knew like some UFC fighter or something.
I'll
that
get
could
in
set
there.
her up. Well, you ready?
Huh?
Are you ready for it?
I'll do my
It's a lot of
best.
responsibility. You can't say I'm going to do my best.
Okay, sorry. Yes, I am ready.
Fuck yeah, I'm ready.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, this one I'm saying. When you say, "Are you ready, Theo?"
Are you ready?
I'm gonna say, I'm her. I'm
All right.
asking you. Are you ready, Theo, to be a real man with me?
Fuck yeah.
I'm not believing it.
Damn, that thought it was pretty fucking good, man. Hold on. I almost believed it.
There's some fucking doubt in your
All right,
voice.
hold on. I'm having over time. All right.
All right, I'll ask you again. I'll do it in a girl's voice. Maybe it'll make you feel better.
Yeah.
Theo, are you ready to be a real man with me?
Fuck yeah.
Nope. Not buying it at all.
Damn, dude, what?
Not buying it at all. If I was a cop, I'd arrest you for lying.
Oh, come on, bro. Dang, dog. I thought I did pretty good, man.
No. You're just not used to it.
Yeah.
Try it on me.
All right. Hey, Joe, are you ready to be a real man?
Fuck yeah.
Dang, boy. It did hit a little.
Yeah, it's real.
All right. Let me try one more time, all right? Like something happened to me, all right?
Okay.
Like I just came in from the rain. Like,
Okay. I hear thunder.
Hey, Joe, are you ready to be a real man?
Depends on what you want from me. Why are you wet? Do you own an umbrella? Did your car break down? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay, so now I see I don't want to be that guy.
You're a trouble.
Right.
You're a problem.
I'm a problem if
you
I'm
might
that
be
guy.
one of them gals who comes in wet all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you never figure out umbrellas. Your car's always getting a flat tire. You're annoying.
You're just cleaning your glasses off.
You're a problem.
Yeah. But also, if I'm that guy who's just like a bunch of it's like, I just want to be the fuck yeah guy.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. You got to think fuck yeah like you already have a heart on.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was real.
Yeah.
That felt real. Like you think of yourself as you're already rock hard, purple helmet, ready to go.
Fuck yeah.
Woo!
Fuck yeah.
Take a sniff of this and then tell me. Here he goes. Here he goes, folks.
One more hit,
Shake
baby.
it up. Shake it up.
You ready to be a real man?
Get in there. Yeah, I feel alone.
Be a
Give
man.
it to me.
Do it.
I'm going to do it. Give me some. Here we go.
Bung you. Get in there, Joseph.
No, I didn't get it.
Get in there. Are you ready to be a real man?
The first one I didn't really get, but the second one I got a full blast. Look at my eyes.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh, put the lid on that, son.
Fuck no, son. I'm gonna do one more.
Oh my God. Jeez.
You're gonna hurt yourself.
It still like lingers. It's like attached to my nostril hair.
I can taste it.
Oh, get in there, Jamie. You
can
need to get
already-
a hit of this.
Come on, Jamie,
I'm tired
huh?
of your bullshit.
Make that fucking pussy pop, son. Get in there, dog.
He's like watching us suffer,
I know.
and he's not getting none
I
of it.
want to see
Come
his
on, here we go.
elbows get hard.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes. There he goes.
There he
There he
goes,
goes. There he goes. I told you.
Ooh, he's moving
Yeah.
his limbs, bro.
He's doing karate over there. That new one's different.
It felt like I sniffed chlorine.
Yeah. That new one's different.
That's what God wanted
Got
for you,
boogers
son.
Coming out already.
Oh,
too.
yeah. It's no joke. You got right in front of you. Right in front of you. Tissues right there, brother.
That's what God wanted for you.
Oh, my God. No joke, right?
How high could people get a long time ago, you think?
I think they got real high. Oh my God. Yeah. Oof. Look at Jamie. He was like sitting there on the sidelines, mocking us.
I know.
You know, that's bullshit.
It felt like water with chlorine was just going through my
Right.
nose.
Yeah.
Right. Like it wasn't like a sniff.
It wasn't
It was
air.
like a solid thing went in your nose, right?
Oh, yeah. It's like you work at a wave pool, dude, with your face, man. That shit's hardcore.
It's hardcore.
It's good.
Whew. I think people got real high back in the day. I mean, that's there's a book, The Immortality Key, by this guy Brian Murarescu, and he detailed how the ancient Greeks during the Enlightenment, they were all drinking wine that was laced with psychedelics, and they proved it. They found these ancient pottery vessels, and they did samples on them, and they found
No way.
LSD in them, lysergic acid. It wasn't like LSD, it was ergot, which is like very similar. It produces LSD-like effects.
And that's what helped him think of all that stuff?
Yes, 100%. Not only that, but during the podcast, because of the podcast and because of his book, because he came on the podcast, was so popular, and the book sold like crazy, Harvard opened up a new field of study dealing with the ancient Greeks and the Enlightenment and psychedelic use.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
So psychedelics have probably helped things progress over time.
100%. I mean, think about what it did for you, how it opens up your feelings and thoughts and opens up your creativity. For me, it's been a giant source of creativity. It helps me so much. It helps me even just marijuana. It helps me so much with writing and thinking about things and just checking my own behavior to make sure that, you know, I'm proud of the way I think and talk and you know, and making me communicate with people that I might have had difficulties with, or apologize, or reach out to them, like if maybe like we had a dispute or something like that, like the feeling that you want to resolve things, and just being in touch with your feelings and in touch with your thoughts, and then just the opening of creativity. It's also like the recognizing that like having like unresolved things in your head, they're not good for you.
Yeah.
Those things, they stay in your head. You got to resolve them. And when you resolve them, then they go away. Like this weight lifts off of your body. But until that weight lifts off your body, you're going to carry those things around.
Well, that's the same thing that like 12-step programs do. It's like resentment. You get to resentments and you heal all those, you know?
Yes. And 12-step programs, that's another thing they do is you reach out and resolve things with people. You apologize to people that you might have wronged. Hey, I'm sorry I stole that Coke from you. You got to call them and tell them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so I think it's just a good way. It's almost a way of, it's like a purging. It's all interesting. You know, different modalities people use to try and make themselves well, or to keep tabs on themselves. It's all real fascinating.
Yeah, it's real fascinating.
You know, there's a lot of stuff. There's stuff on the inside, stuff on the outside. But yeah, I'm glad to be alive and be able to keep trying stuff and like keep competing against the world, you know, and against myself.
Yeah, keep getting better, right? That's the big thing. Just keep improving on the way you interface with reality, the way you interface with other people, the way you do your life, your job. You get better on stage because of that too, right? You get more freedom. You feel like you're more yourself, more at home in your own skin.
Oh, some of my last shows were some of my best, you know?
Really?
And it's funny because I used to think, man, I'll never be able to create stuff that's going to get me, you know, like that's going to be even better than some of my previous stuff. And then it's like, yeah, it just...
That's always the fear, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm in that right now because I'm getting ready to film. And then once I film, I'm fucked. You know, I'm out of weapons. I got to write all new shit.
It's like springtime.
But it's that feeling, that scary feeling of having to create new stuff that's exciting, man. It's so good for you.
Yeah.
It's so important because it's growth. And it's also, it's a rare art form where you get to start from scratch. Whereas like musicians, everybody wants to hear those old hits. You know, play Free Bird. People want to hear those old hits. You could even do covers.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a musician, you can fucking tour with other people's shit.
Yeah, you can
right?
do. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you could go and do a arena, and you go, "This is a song I really love, Bruce Springsteen's song." People start cheering, and
awesome.
shout out to Bruce.
We
and
can't do that.
Can't do that. No.
Wonder what that would be like if somebody just said, "I'm going to do covers of all these people's things."
People have done stuff like that before. We used to do a show in Stitches in Boston, Stitches Comedy Club, called Joe Biden Night. This is back when Joe Biden had to drop out of his presidential run in 1988 because he got busted for plagiarizing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He plagiarized Robert Kennedy Jr.'s dad.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he plagiarized quite a few people. And it was so publicly known in 1988 that they had a night called Joe Biden Night.
Damn.
And Joe Biden Night was like, I would go up and do your act like
I see.
gay guy bit my cousin.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be doing your act, and you would do my act. And that was like a night where guys would go up and do each other's acts.
Damn. That's
and we
wild.
called it Joe Biden Night.
Was it fun?
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, I think I did Fitzsimmons' act.
Oh, he's funny.
Yeah. Oh, he's funny. And funny as fuck. And back in the day, Greg and I came up like almost exactly at the same time. I think he was a week earlier or a week after me, but like within a week.
Yeah, man. He's so funny. I always enjoy seeing him. He's like a
great person.
Yeah. He reminds me of Andy Capp. Remember him from those
Because he always has
cartoons?
that paperboy hat on. I wear those hats a lot too.
Yeah.
I love those hats.
It's good.
Greg is the best. He's just such a good guy, and he's so funny. And the way he laughs, if you can make Greg laugh, he laughs like with his whole body. He's like,
Yeah.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah, it's funny seeing people laugh, man.
Yeah.
It's such a strange thing that someone that we move and make a sound.
Oh, yeah. I mean, think about a show when you really kill. Like last night, we had a killer show last night. Oh, my God, it was so much fun. Last night was just, there's those nights where it's just popping. And last night, it was popping. And in the middle of it, like, I was watching these guys just crying, laughing. They were slapping the table, and they were trying to catch their breath. And I was like, I ain't even hit you with the best lines yet. And here comes the next one. Boom. And then on top of that, and you're compounding. Bang, bang, bang. And they walk out of there, they feel better. Like, you feel better.
Yeah.
You walk out of there like, God, I feel better, man.
It's like that's like an ayahuasca. It's like an experience, like a a release of things that, it all just kind of shakes you. It's interesting, all the little things that are built into life and into the world to help us take care of ourselves.
It's a strange state, the state of laughter.
Yeah, because you shake, you make a sound, and you didn't even plan on doing it.
You start your body's shaking. Sometimes you can't breathe. Sometimes someone will say something you didn't see it coming, and you're like, "Oh shit, oh shit."
Yeah. I remember what dude came out of the closet one time at one of my shows. He just was like, he's just like, I'm gay, and just fucking right in the front row, dude. Wow. And his buddies are like, Patrick, chill out, man.
Really?
Yeah. Have another beer, dude. You're out of your fucking mind.
What were you talking
man.
about that made him yell that out? Do you
I don't remember. No, this is about 7 or 8 years ago.
So it was just the laughter moved him to honesty. Do you think he had to explain that to his friends afterwards?
I mean, we ordered 2 beers immediately.
He did?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he just wanted to freaking just put that damn tiger back in the cage,
The damn tiger.
He wasn't ready to be full-time gay, man. I don't think he was ready for it.
But he wanted to get that monkey off his back, huh?
Shook it out of him.
Yeah,
though.
he wanted to get that freedom.
God.
That's got to be the worst. That's one of the things that drives me the most crazy and makes me the most angry about homophobia, that it robs people of freedom, robs people of their life to just be who they are.
Yeah. Yeah, like imagine if a dad would just was saying all kinds of like anti-gay stuff, and then their kid is there and the kid is gay or even thinking about it. Or if he has a gay friend, now he's afraid to even introduce his dad to his friend. Like,
I think there's a lot of guys that say a lot of anti-gay stuff because they have gay feelings and they're angry. They're angry at those feelings. Like the guys that are mad about gay people. There's people that'll like say gay things because they think it's funny, but then there's people that'll be angry about gay people. They get mad, and those people I'm always like suspect. I'm like, why are you mad?
yeah.
Why are you mad at why someone loves someone else? Like what is it about you being mad that someone is sexually attracted to someone that's of the same sex? There's so many people that are like that, It's so easy to find them now. Like if you were on an app, if you wanted to get some gay sex, like gay guys can find each other now. This is not like you didn't know. I don't want to put myself out there. Like it's accepted. It's a normal thing now. It's like the social stigma of it is almost all gone with modern society, with most polite society.
Dude, we used to get high when we were kids, and we'd go outside and get high, and then I'd come back in early into my buddy's house, and I would tell his dad, I would be like, "Oh, Mr. Mike, man," because his dad was like had a lot of like anti-gay energy, you know.
Really?
Yeah, and he would just say stuff all that, you know, like queers, just say stuff, you know, just like ignorant shit. You
Did
know?
he have his pants off when he did it?
I didn't see anything like that. But I'd come in after we'd been out there smoking weed. I'd come in and I'd be like, "Mr. Mike, man, they were being." I don't know, Richard was over and people were just being kind of
touchy-feely.
Yeah, it's just real strange out there.
Did you bait him? Did you bait him?
Yeah, bro. So then, dude, my friends Adam would come back inside, man, and his dad would be like, "What in the fuck have you boys been doing out there? You've been queering around." And
queering as a verb is very funny.
"Oh, you've been queering around, boys?" And he was just, just lighting into it, dude. And I would be dying with laughter. And they were so high, they didn't know how to explain that they hadn't been, queering.
Because they're so high and you set them up. Do you feel bad about that?
I feel great about it. That shit was some of the fun. I loved creating an ambiance in advance, man.
Oh, so you knew it was coming.
And they had a gas leak over at that house too, man. And we'd go over there, bro. We'd sleep from fucking Friday night to Sunday morning, bro.
Really?
Oh, bro. I never slept so good, dude. I woke up fucking 4 years old at that bitch. I miss it. God, that was good.
Good old days.
Sleeping when you just had so much time to kill. Time doesn't feel like you can kill it anymore, does it?
No. Too many responsibilities. Yeah. When I wake up with like a certain sense of dread because I got so much shit to do.
Yeah.
You know, when I wake up, I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'd like to relax and have a cup of coffee and just sort of slowly work my way into the day. But I can't. I gotta go. Gotta go.
And a moment doesn't have as much value. A moment used to be something that you could never replicate. Now, since everything's kind of captured, and everything's recorded and stuff, it's like a moment is, it doesn't feel the same,
It kind of does after a while, though. Because let me tell you something, because I capture so many moments and so many moments of mine, so many conversations of mine like this one are out there forever, that it's normal to me. That's normal to me.
Yeah, I guess maybe I don't mean like in podcasts. I guess I just mean like a moment used to feel like it couldn't be captured.
Oh, right. Right. It was you just like, wow,
this
just
happened.
Appreciate this.
Yeah, there's this, like something would happen like, oh, fuck, bro, what if we could have captured? That would have been insane. And so there was so much like the moment just had, and I don't know if they have them, it's just less of that now because we have the ability to capture. It's okay. It's just interesting.
There are some moments when you look back, you're like, God, that was fun.
Yeah,
what a great moment.
But now we're either recording something or we're watching something. I feel like we're always caught in the circle, especially us too, because we work in this world.
Right. Do you feel better being outside of Hollywood? Do you feel better having moved to Nashville? Like, do you feel like less pressure from the machine? You know what I'm saying? Like the show business machine.
Yeah, I feel like I remember what it's like to be in a normal place.
Right.
Because that's totally, even being here in Austin, it's a totally different energy.
That's what I love.
So I remember that. And then also it's like, I feel like I've had more opportunities to do Hollywood type things from, since I haven't even been there. Like me and Spade wrote a script together, which is really fun, like I don't know, it's like I've just kind of been able to pick and choose. I haven't felt any pressure of Hollywood kind of.
Is Spade still in LA?
Yeah, he's still in LA.
Who has moved? How many people have moved? Dylan, Tom Segura, Christina Pazitsky, Tony Hinchcliffe.
And Dylan moved back though.
Yeah, but he still has a house here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He hasn't really moved back. He has places all over the place.
Who else? Steve Byrne.
His early days he was a real estate guy.
is
so
he really?
so he's got a bunch of properties that he's picked up.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he's a smart dude, man.
Who, Tim Dillon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
smart dude.
Oh, yeah, he's real interesting. Yeah, he's very smart. He's like a real news guy, too.
Oh, he's on top of things. I'm always sending him some fucked up shit.
Yeah, he's great. Who? Steve Byrne, Josh Wolf. I'm trying to think of other folks that have left.
Did they move to Nashville? Did
No,
Byrne-
just different places.
Where did Byrne move to?
He
I
moved
thought
to
he went
Nashville.
to Nashville. Yeah.
Josh Wolf lives in Las Vegas.
How many other clubs are there except for Zanies in Nashville?
That's it.
That's it. So it's kind of hard to get that regular stage time there.
Right. So it's kind of like you just kind of like take a break. I mean, when you're working on touring, you can kind of, you're getting up at least, a few nights a week. And so I'll usually go to LA and practice for a couple of weeks and, get things good and get things cruising.
Oh, so you get to LA, get your reps in, and then go the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'll be out there all of August just working on material and
Oh, nice.
and doing that.
Nice.
So it's good, It feels good. What else is going on? Not much. I have to pee so bad.
All right, let's wrap it up.
You want to?
Yeah, it was fun. We had a
right.
great time, brother.
Yeah.
And we're gonna work together tomorrow night and Wednesday night.
Yeah, man.
And
It sounds
doing
good.
Kill Tony tonight too.
Yeah, you gonna be up there?
Yay.
No.
No, I can't make it tonight.
What do y'all do on Mondays? Do you have like a thing you do at home?
No,
Just
not necessarily.
Right.
Usually weekends is family time, but tonight is just chill.
Yeah.
I haven't worked out today yet, so I'm gonna work out. We'll get out of here.
Well, after all the hits you just did, dude.
Yeah, I'll get another Juju Mufu right before I do some squats.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Good to see you, bro. Thanks for
My
having
pleasure,
me.
brother. Always good to see you. Always good to see you.
Always a pleasure. I'm gonna have to check it out.
You got
here in
anything
Austin.
that you're promoting? Anything people need to know about?
Not much. I'll probably be getting some more tour dates up soon, but everything's good. You can check me out on this past weekend and on King and the Sting.
King and the Sting in the Wing, right?
Yeah, King and the Sting in the Wing. That's true.
You got an extra now.
We got an extra now.
How is that? Do you fly to LA to do those?
Yeah, and some I'll do on Zoom.
Oh, nice.
But I've even been cutting back. I've just taken a little break. Like some episodes I've been taking off here and there. I've been taking a little more break in my own episodes. I've just been focusing on just feeling good.
I can see you got to pee real bad.
Can you?
Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel your energy. You're like, "Ee."
I can't ride this bag anymore.
All right, let's wrap it up. All right. Bye, everybody.
All right, praise. Thanks.